What a pro wants. What a pro needs.
Fucking hot. Boom! I'll grab it. Hands.
Aaron Rodgers, we were just talking about football.
Hot start.
Yep. We can cut that out and restart.
Speaking of looking better than ever, that hat goes hard, Ticks. Kind of like it.
Tell you.
We're the ones. You're the twos.
Next.
User Nation, wake the fuck up. We are back. Episode 47. After a little break, we all took a little 2 weeks PTO. Did you guys enjoy it?
I mean, I was working.
Hey, we're almost matching. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it ain't bad. I don't know where the hell this is from, though. I think it's American Eagle.
This is the
That's kinda sweet.
Dick's Sporting Goods brand.
Oh.
Very comfortable. 10 out of 10 recommend. Episode 47, shout out Mel Blunt. Casey's listening.
Probably
Or
is.
Simone Dupre. You guys say Dupre or Despress?
That's Dupre.
Definitely not desk press.
That's
Hey.
Sounds like a gym.
Hey, Dill, what do you do at the gym? Oh, you know, I just desk press.
Probably does.
How much you Despress, Dill?
Next question, please.
So yeah, we're back. We got a lot to cover today. Try to keep it short and sweet here. So let's get started with our hot takes from our last episode. I said that the Steelers were going to lose a wild card game by 10 points. In parentheses here it says Mickey Mouse, but no one said anything when I made my hot take. So,
Well, we make them at the end after
but
we
I won. They lost by what?
30.
14?
Yeah, it was.
Felt like 90.
Probably just shouldn't even talk about it at this point.
Anyways, Dylan said Pitt men's basketball does not lose a game until the next pod,
Yeah, that was
which
really
would have
hot.
been Duke, Louisville, Florida State, and Clemson.
Technically, they barely almost didn't win one until the next pod.
Yeah,
And there was even more games.
correct.
I put my best Corey impression there. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
So that obviously did not hit. The James said the Steelers are going to win the wild card game by 10 points. So you can't win and lose by 10 points at the same time. So that's a loss. Corey said that Pickens was going to have 100 yards, 100 yards and a touchdown.
You were close. You're 13 yards away.
I feel like he had like 85.
I think I put more work into the bar than Pickens did into that game.
The bar?
Yeah, I was drinking.
Oh, go figure.
Put more work into drinking beers than he did on the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Let us know that Alaska allows you to do that now. And Tig said that Russ was going to throw for under 120, but the Steelers win.
I don't know what he even threw.
It was more than 120, but they lost anyways.
Yeah.
I think he had close to 200, actually.
I think he had like 120 and like a quarter and a half.
Yeah.
And then I don't think he threw any until like the end of the game where they started driving down the field again. It's probably close at one point.
Yeah,
but not
maybe.
them winning.
Not them.
That was never close.
Yeah. We would have gave you maybe like a half a point. So we're going to view our hot take all-time record here. I have taken over first place at 11-34. Dill, once again, you're coming up my behind. 10-35. The James still Hall of Fame numbers. Third place 8-14, but Tiggs is still sniffing you. 7-38, and Corey
Close.
5-40.
You're coming back.
Hey,
New year, new me. I think I said that last pod.
yeah, and it's still the same
We're
you.
still at the same spot.
Hey, I was pulling 10 before 40. Now I'm pulling 10 before 50.
You mean 65 at this point? You better make it a high number.
I mean 10 before 100. So yeah, we're pulling for you as always.
I appreciate that.
Maybe you just need to I don't know. Maybe you just should make your hot take that John Cena is going to be in the Royal Rumble. That's a guaranteed win right there.
How are you going to see him?
That is true. That is true. Speaking of John Cena, I don't know if you might have saw this. John Cena on Instagram posts pictures with no captions, right?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Did you see he posted a picture of Tommy Invincible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yes.
Like 3 days ago, he posted a picture, obviously no caption, and it's just Tommy Invincible.
He better be number one in the Rumble.
Tommy Invincible. Oh, dude, that place would go berserk. Invincible!
I wouldn't.
That'd be sick.
We got to get him on the pod.
I'd be pissed.
Hey,
I'd rather him be in the Rumble than the corpse of somebody who wrestled 40 years ago.
Taker will be in there.
No, he
that's
won't.
corpse right there. So maybe we'll talk about Royal Rumble later. I'm not sure what's on the to-do list here today, but maybe we could throw a little bit of that in later.
A lot is on the to-do list.
Yeah, so we'll see if we could squeeze that in here. But Corey, you got a lot to cover. A lot of stuff happened on the turf
Oh, yeah.
with white lines on it. with some orange-looking pylons that you used to collect.
Once.
So why don't you take it away, bud?
Yeah, so start with college, I guess. We got some news coming out of the college world.
He's ass.
Carson Beck transfers to Miami.
I didn't even know that.
He's terrible.
Yeah, he's
He's
down
there
there
with his
the
girlfriend.
Cavender.
He went there for his girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, have fun going.
Well,
there.
that, and I also don't think he was probably going to make it to the NFL.
Not-
Do you think he would have gone drafted,
This-
like, honestly?
If Stenson
This
Bennett
year?
got drafted, Carson Beck would have definitely got drafted.
he was
100%.
definitely...
No, Stenson Bennett was. Way
I
better
definitely
than
thought
Carson
he
Beck.
was going to
You
go...
think he was better than Carson Beck?
Yes. And I would say a lot of people would agree with that.
Granted,
I
that
think-
Georgia team was also.
I think they're
better,
both
but-
not good. Like, can we all agree on that?
I think Carson Beck is terrible. He'll go and have a great year at Miami. They have a great offense, whatever. He is awful. For the people that think the Steelers are going to draft him or Drew Ryler, get that. Put it out on the curb for trash night because I don't want either one.
Yeah. And if the garbage men don't pick it up, and keep going next week.
Right. We'll take it to a dumpster.
Yep. And then light it on fire.
So,
'Cause
yeah,
that's what the Steelers would be.
He transfers Miami, and then Penn State's running backs, Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, are returning for another season. Both are ranked top 10 in the country in that respective position.
Nick Singleton, real good.
Yeah. He's like the level of Saquon at Penn State. When Saquon was at Penn State.
I don't know about that.
Whoa, that's hot.
I don't know about
That's
that.
hot.
That's hot take. Saquon was good.
No, Saquon
no,
was
Saquon-
otherworldly.
Is good. At
He's
football.
good.
Definitely very good at football.
Penn State, he was real good. I think Nick Singleton might be just like a tad little bit of a tier underneath him.
Yeah, I don't.
I think
Can
we.
you see him right
I
now?
think we should. Yeah, right.
Already
I think we
started.
should. I think we should put that out to a vote.
Hmm.
I'd be interested to see what other
Yeah,
people
we'll
think about
tweet
that.
there.
Yeah.
That's all I got for college. You guys hear anything else in the college world in regards to news? Anyone transferring or anything like that? It's the only thing I could
Nah.
really find. But
Penn State's bringing their whole team back. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the.
They said, we're running it
Just-
back. Just lose Ohio State.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say just so they can
They
lose
said
again.
Michigan brought everyone back. They won. Ohio State brought everyone back. We'll cover that later. And then Penn State, let's bring everyone back, and they're gonna get their shit kicked in.
Hey, Pitt's schedule came out. They played Notre Dame at home this year. They're
Yeah.
about to lose by 90.
Right.
oh yeah.
That's gonna be like when the Mighty Ducks played.
Okay, well, NFL news. 16 teams so far have made a total of 30 new hires for their respective squad. One team, who was the Vikings, extended their head coach, Kevin O'Connell, and 8 teams have fired 13 different individuals belonging to their organization.
Did you
The
see?
Cowboys hired the head coach, too.
They did.
Did you see that Eberflus got hired?
Mhm. Did anyone see Jacksonville's new head coach?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Duval.
Okay.
Duval. I was like,
If you don't
my
think for one
God.
second I clipped that and I'm about to tweet that I have a kid that I went to Duquesne with. We actually share a birthday. He's a massive Jaguars fan, and we're in
Sorry.
a fantasy football together. And I texted our group. I said, "Hey, quick question." I said, "What do you think of this tool bag?" He goes, "We're gonna be 11, and he's gonna lead us to an 11-win season." I said, "I'm sending this clip the day that under 8.5 hits." Mike McCarthy took a hard look at that cap and said,
So, yeah. McCarthy came out yesterday or today and said that he is taking this year off of coaching.
Huh.
And we'll see.
And then he'll probably go back to the Cowboys a year
Yeah.
later.
I honestly think he's holding out to see what Miami does. Because if Miami has a bad season, McDaniels is gone. I think he's a great
But
coach.
bring him here then.
Yeah, I would love him here. We'll be hitting go routes to Pickens and Van Jefferson still. So,
and Tyreek when he's a Steeler.
right. If we get him, Tyreek ain't coming here. But I think that would be a good fit for him.
yeah, I mean, a lot of action is obviously happening. There's still more to come, for sure, with these coaches. Everything is...
Detroit still has, what, the OC to go?
Detroit got every coach
No.
except for
No,
Campbell left.
he went to Chicago.
No.
Oh, you mean they need to hire an OC?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they lost their DC, their OC, and
They lost their linebacker
didn't
coach.
Randall L leave too?
Yep. He went with, I think he went with Ben Johnson. A lot of them went with Ben Johnson, and then some of them went up to New England with Vrabel.
So,
Detroit said it was a good run while we had it.
moving on here, the GOAT Jim Nantz called his 500th NFL game during the Bills and Broncos playoff game.
That's a lot.
Pretty sweet.
It's a lot of games.
It is. But he's also the GOAT. Love that dude's voice. Can call anything there is, honestly.
I like Al Michaels, too.
Well, yeah. Both of them.
You know who I don't like? Chris Collinsworth. Not a fan.
There's a guy that you really just can't stand watching and talking about football right there. On the Up and Adams show, Devontae Adams said he would 100% play for Mike Tomlin.
Cool.
That's what everybody says. Everybody says
We're
it's
gonna
play
go
from
through
Mike
the
Tomlin.
same thing. Remember last year we got
Yeah.
Ayuk, then we got Debo, then we got Cooper Cup, then we got
Forgot Metcalf.
yeah, then we got Metcalf, then we got Sutton, then we actually got Ayuk again.
Mm-hmm.
Till
And
they're
then we ended up with
Mike Williams.
Van
Mike
Jefferson.
Williams.
Yeah.
No, we have Van Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Mike Williams.
Yeah. Mikey Williams.
Pruitt
Great
in the
add-on.
Pruitt in the slot.
One thing that I saw, I think it was today or maybe late last night, was that don't rule out a Pete Carroll Russell Wilson reunion.
That's
Please.
fine with me. Have fun.
He's in Vegas.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Vegas needs a quarterback desperately. You know what we don't need? Russell Wilson.
I like Aiden O'Connell. I don't think he's like terrible. I don't think he's probably their answer right now.
They
but
don't have a line.
Yeah.
He's a stand-in quarterback. He's not going to be the guy that runs around.
He literally is a standing quarterback.
Right.
That's all he does.
So we'll get out of the news here. We'll talk about the college football playoffs.
About time.
So Ohio State does defeat Texas 28-14.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy game there.
He said it.
Yeah.
Notre Dame beat Penn State 27-24.
That was the most exciting game, I think,
Yeah,
to,
that game
to
was
that
wild.
point.
So obviously in the national championship, you got Ohio State versus Notre Dame and DeJames. What happened there, bud?
We all see that.
Ohio State takes the championship 34-23. Will Howard and Jeremiah Smith are just absolute dogs.
I don't understand how Will Howard is not higher on draft boards.
I actually
I-
did see him get mocked to the Steelers a couple of times already.
I hope he does. I'll buy Fields' jersey and I'll buy Will Howard's right after it.
You like that?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the play where what?
Cross my fingers. It's an F.
Oh, cool.
Get it?
Yeah, I do. I don't think I
That's
can
cool
like,
trick.
It's this way.
I don't know if we can see it on screen.
It's this way. Wait, how'd you do that?
Dill just made it about
Isn't that like a
98
K in
times
sign
simpler.
language?
How do you do that? Wait, help me out here.
What's
He just
doing?
turns his
I have no
finger.
Stick your
idea
finger
what's
out, right?
happening.
Your middle finger goes down, like,
No, dude, like a
and
like
then
a
put your
T.
thumb here. Put your thumb in the
My
middle.
fingers don't do that.
Look, it says.
Takes
You
a while
never
to
did
get
that
off.
thing. You never did that thing where you like put your hands together and you spun it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or you could do this one too.
I don't know where those hands have been.
Valid.
So yeah, Ohio State does take the championship. I don't think they're favorites for next year. I want to say
No, they're not. Well, everyone's leaving.
yeah, that, and I think with a bunch of these Penn State players returning, I don't want to say they were the favorite, but
The only
I-
Penn State player leaving is Abdul Carter.
okay.
Is he their tight end?
No. Oh, yeah, the tight end's leaving. Warren. He's leaving. Thank God that dude's sick.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
have an
no,
entire
no,
no,
Carter's
stockpile
the
of
edge
tight ends.
rusher.
So we were at work Monday and we were talking about someone released like a Steelers mock or like first round mock like super early, and
Was it me in our group message?
I saw it on NFL.com.
Oh,
I don't know.
definitely not me.
And they had the Steelers taking wide receiver from somewhere. It wasn't Ohio State.
Was it Luther Burton?
I
From-
can't remember.
You know who's a really good wide receiver that if we don't take him in if nobody takes him in the first round, he's definitely going to go in the second round, and I wouldn't be pissed if he comes to us. Trey Harris. He plays for Ole Miss.
You know
He's
who the Steelers should draft is
real good.
the Emeka Ukabu.
Emeka Abuga. He
Yeah.
is disgusting.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that mock draft didn't even have him going in the first round. I literally had to scroll through twice to look for him.
And
It's a
that's how
pretty
you know
good
it's not real.
Receiver class this year.
But
Huh?
It's a pretty good receiver class.
talking about the tight end from Penn State, and I think he was like in this mock was supposed to be like top 12 or something like that.
Yeah, they have him right now. I think he's going to Indianapolis, wherever because
And
they don't have
I was
one.
like looking up his stats because obviously he was super dominant this year, right? I looked up his stats from last year and the year before, and they weren't good at all.
No.
And I'm
he
like,
had one really good
I
year.
was talking to one of my buddies at work, and I was like, he's like, oh, that Warren dude's like a beast. I was like, yeah, he's really good this year. I said, but if you look at his stats from the 2 previous seasons, I mean, he like tripled
Yeah.
his stats from last year to this year. Yards, he doubled his touchdowns and receptions. He had like 112 catches this year.
I do think part of that is Drew Aller progressed.
Correct.
He's still, but progressed. So, I mean, next year, I don't know, Core. I think that Penn State probably has a decent chance. A lot of Notre Dame dudes are going back. Michigan got the #1 quarterback coming in, whoever paid him.
It's almost like a way too early to call, obviously. 'Cause
Well,
the
I
season
just
ended.
I think part of it too is like with the NIL stuff right now. Like there is, I mean, the
Anything
year.
can happen with these
Yeah, like
transfers,
you
honestly.
had. I mean, look at the teams you had in there. You had Arizona State in there, Boise State in there.
According to Vegas Insider, Ohio State is favorited next year. Then it's
There we go.
Oregon, Texas.
Oh yeah,
Penn State, and Georgia.
Oregon. Oregon. I don't know who their quarterback is. Dylan Gabriel. He's another one.
They'll probably just get another transfer.
This quarterback class is dog shit.
I think the
Worse
quarterback.
than last year for sure.
And everyone thought
I
last
mean-
year's was shit.
It's hard to beat last year's, especially after what.
I've
they
also seen Milroe to the Steelers, like at least.
did. No,
8
I
Well,
do
he's
not.
another one
I
with small
do
hands.
not want him. I do not want him.
Another, that's the thing coming out with him is the small hands thing again.
It is Justin's field. That's it. It's his field. He's a Steeler.
I
It's
agree.
his field.
Anyway,
Just rename the field. Justin's
Justin's
field.
Yeah, just like they did down in Jacksonville for T-Law.
so yeah, adios college football. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, OHIO baby.
As we stand right now, there is only one NFL game left, but let's cover what led us up to this point.
All 30 so far.
Yeah, Texans. They crushed the Chargers 32-12.
Yikes.
Herbert just still can't get a playoff win under his belt.
Neither can the Steelers. Shout out Kurt.
So, speaking of not getting wins, Steelers.
Skip.
Yeah, lost again, 28-14. Kind of was almost hopeful at a time there, and then after
It
halftime,
was like riding the jackrabbit. I was like this. I'm like, oh, we're back, and then we're down. And I'm like, little like you're on that like second hump where you come out of your seat on the jackrabbit. That's what I felt like on that. Like after we scored a touchdown to got it to 7,
hey, we were up 7-0 on Kansas City,
and we still lost.
and we got smoked.
Yes.
Yeah, we lost 50-1.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the Browns. That was already crap to begin the whole game. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, still can't get it done there. Bills over the Broncos 31-7.
Killed them.
Kind of expected there. Eagles 22-10 over the Packers, which I expect to be a little bit of a closer game, but Jordan Love, I don't know what's going on with them, but they still can't get it done either.
He was hurt.
They won last year. They beat Dallas.
Well, they
last
beat
year.
Dallas. I mean, like,
Wow.
keep going.
I think Central could beat Dallas.
So we got the Commanders upset. Well, is it an upset over the Bucs?
Seating wise, yes.
It was a very
talent
even
wise.
match.
No.
23-20s. I mean,
I wonder what the original spread was on that game.
It was
I'm not sure.
it was it was
I would say the
favorite.
Bucks were probably no more than 2.
Yeah, like
I think it was
field goal
2.5.
maybe.
Yeah, just because of the home field advantage.
yeah, definitely the Cinderella team, the Commanders this year. But we had Rams over the Vikings 27-9, which I don't think anybody saw, to be honest.
A lot of people were talking that leading up to that, and they were like, "This could be the upset game. This could be the upset game."
I mean, after that Vikings and Detroit game where the Vikings got exposed, I thought they were going to be like, okay, that's one game. Let's fire up here and really come out against a Rams team that's pretty beatable. But at the same time, they did not.
No, because the Rams got Big O's,
Yeah.
and he just
They want shit.
they got the bloodline.
Yeah.
So we go into the divisional now, and the Chiefs take down the Texans 23-14.
Good game.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we said it before, anybody but the Chiefs, so we were highly rooting for
that work out.
Texans there. But and
Not
then
our
again,
original
Cinderella team, Commanders over the Lions 45-31.
That was a
That game
was
phenomenal
absolutely sick.
game.
Absolutely sick.
In my opinion, probably game of the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. I would say so as well. But I was in Buffalo for that, so like I was walking around the casino playing, but then I look up and it was like always Washington was on top, and I kept waiting to look up and like see the Lions ahead by like 20.
No, because every time you looked up,
Never
the score
happened.
was different.
Yeah, exactly. It really was. But yeah, the Lions again. I mean, that's a tough scene for the kids there.
Do
Bill's over
you
there making parlays.
do you guys think that obviously we talked about the Lions coaching staff? Moving on. Do you guys think that this was the year for the Lions,
I think they might regress.
and that their window closes next year?
I don't think the window closes. I mean, they were what 16-1. Yeah, they're gonna regress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not
I
gonna
mean,
be 17-0.
They're definitely still super talented. I mean,
Yeah,
It's hard to say how much
And they get
of their
Hutchinson
like
back
game
too
plan
next
was
year.
They get their whole
coordinator
defense
based.
back.
Yeah, their defense was very hurt. I think that their window is closing quickly. I personally don't think next year, but I think they have like a 3-year window
Goff
to
could
do
also
something.
like just fall off the face of the planet at any second.
Yeah, but
But you also have to remember that
they still have Hendon Hooker, and he was pretty decent when he played at Tennessee.
until he tore his ACL against Pitt. Shout out Corey.
What can you do?
You ever hear that story?
Yeah.
We don't have to tell that on the camera there. So
Yeah, I don't know. Jared Goff is, he's just this, up and down, up and down. But what I will never forget is that game against Kansas City. You know which game I'm talking about? It was like that Thursday night game or whatever.
Yeah, it was the start of last year.
No, I'm talking years ago when he played on the Rams.
Oh.
When they put up like, it was like 52-45 or something like that, and the Rams won. He threw for like 500 plus yards. Like Jared Goff can do that and also throw 5 picks. Like that team just revolves around him.
that sucks, though. I mean, this year was definitely a year for the Lions, like you were kind of saying there. Like, if it was a year they were going to do it, it had to have been this one because, again, I'm with you. I feel like they will regress, obviously, but you also can't give up 45 points on home field during the playoffs. That's a
You're
big
not going to
no-no.
win very many football games going to have 45 points.
So, yeah, Commanders move on there. And then we got the Eagles and the Rams, and Eagles take that 28-22.
It was also a good game.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of rooting for the Rams because I don't cheer for Philly, like, no offense.
Yeah.
But
Well, now I am, so.
We're all
we
Phillies
are,
fans.
yeah, we are now. But
Cheering for Bane.
and then last game here,
What, to redo the Batman when the field
Yeah.
spreads? Is that really what you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thought we're on the same page. Heinz Ward took it to the crib.
He was the only one that survived.
divisional or the last game of the divisional was Bills over Ravens 27-25, which
Yeah.
we absolutely love to see there.
Get wrecked.
Love to see that.
L-R.
So we got into conference championships here, and Commanders. Thanks for coming. 55-23.
They got a participation trophy.
Yeah, Saquon and Jalen Hurts pretty much took control of that whole game.
So did Will Shipley at the end.
Well, I mean,
At the end.
No, on that personally, obviously they bring in all the backups, but like when he had that super long run, and he like looks up the jump, he's like, "Oh shit, they're right behind me." And he just like he like grabs the ball and just starts like going like this.
didn't Saquon had 2 or 3?
He scored the first
The
play
fir-
from scrimmage, 60 yards.
Yeah.
And I think his
First
next
play.
one was like roughly somewhere between 30 and 40.
He has,
And
the
then-
most, he has the most touchdowns in playoffs of, I think it's 60 or more yards. He had 7 this year.
That's pretty good.
Insane. But
He's okay at football.
Hurts had 1 or 2 rushing.
He had 2.
The whole thing with the tush push and like the dude trying to be Troy Polamalu over the center. Like
Yeah, his last
tackling.
name is what, like Fontenue or something like that?
No, that's our.
No,
gonna
it's,
say that he
it's
belongs to last,
I think
but-
it's Liao or
It's like yeah,
It's super close to Polamalu. I know that. Like it's I'm pretty sure
it has a U in
I'm
it.
pretty sure it's 4 letters
And
and
an
it
L?
has like
because he's Samoan.
I'm pretty sure it ends in like LA. I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
Something like that. But he tried to be
I-
Troy.
that whole thing was annoying.
You see how hard he comes over though with his hand and punches him in the face every time. He comes from like here. Just poof.
Dude, some of the memes that I saw
Go ahead, Dill.
were great.
That was actually an outside linebacker, and his name is Frankel Luvu. So you guys,
Luvu, there it is.
Luvu.
Yeah, Paul
letter-
Malu.
I
four
said
letters
4
was
letters.
right, but it's Luvu, and he's an outside
Luvu,
linebacker.
Polamalu, they rhyme. I wasn't completely wrong.
A.J. Brown also had 1 touchdown that game.
Yeah, now he can't
And
cry.
Kenny Pickett played.
And Kenny did play a little bit there. But, yeah, hey, shout out Kenny Pickett. Congrats on making it to the Super Bowl, bud. You weren't going to play shit. Then we got...
You don't know that.
He ain't going to play.
Never know.
His name is Hurts,
Anyway.
It's not healthy.
and he's always hurt.
It's not
He was
Jalen
pretty
healthy.
damn good against the Commanders. So now he has, 2 weeks off to get his knee better? I think he'll be all right.
Or his head.
Chiefs over Bills 32-29. Hate to see it. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes still with kryptonite.
Patrick Mahomes.
We need Joe Burrow. Throw the signal up.
Yeah. That's what I said, dude. I told you. Bengals make the playoffs, take everybody out. Bengals win the Super Bowl. Am I okay with it? Probably not. Am I okay with that better than Patrick Mahomes? Absolutely.
I said, we were talking in my one group message, and I said if I was in the NFL, I would forfeit an entire year's pay and my career to just spear the living shit out of him one time.
Is that what the Texans
Just
linebacker
one.
did?
No, he didn't take out. Was it on Mahomes when he did that? Aziz, whatever. Al-Shaair.
Yeah.
Was
Was
it
it him?
against
Yeah.
Mahomes? Yeah. So
Yeah, but he didn't even make a count. Like,
he got 3 games for it though.
listen, I'm not for injuring people,
15 yards is 15 yards.
but in
Rush 'em.
I said this. We were talking to our Central's games over the weekend. I said I'm very, very happy that I play the sport I do, because in our sport, you can take one penalty, and they can let you get away with a lot for 2.
Oh, yeah.
In the NFL, you sneeze on somebody, it's 15. In the NBA, that's a lost cause. And in the MLB, you can't really, like, what are you going to do?
Right.
Yeah, down goes Anderson. So,
I mean, Rugnet Odor.
right. That dude could
He
swing.
took a couple games for it, but
But, like, I just, in a hypothetical world, if there was ever an athlete that I could hit and have no consequences, it would be Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean,
just put Mike Evans out there and tell him it's Marshall and Lattimore.
No, they didn't even do anything when they played each other.
Put Andre Johnson out there and tell him it's Cortland Finnegan.
Right.
Yeah.
listen, the same conspiracies with the refs and the Chiefs were the same thing when we were growing up with the Patriots. Like,
Yes.
couldn't touch Brady. Now you can't touch Mahomes. Like, even what I can't stand is
Wait
when
till their
Mahomes
balls
is
are
running
deflated.
and he's about to get out of bounds and he, like, slows down so he can, like, get hit a little and, like, sell it.
Yes.
Like, that's like
I'm
Kenny
making that
doing
count.
the fake slide and then going for a touchdown.
That's
we
what-
got to fix something with that.
I saw that tweet too. It was like, at least when the Patriots were good, they felt like an evil empire.
Yeah.
With the Chiefs like try to put on this like good guy persona. And it's just so annoying.
Yeah,
like,
it really is. I mean, this year obviously wasn't their best. They snuck by a lot of games. How many? I covered this earlier.
They're like 9-1 in one score games.
Yeah, they had so many wins over one-score games coming down to either the last possession or, whatever it was. But, like, we've been saying this whole time, this is the most beatable Chiefs team in a long time, but here they are still in the Super Bowl.
Chiefs are going to chief.
So we got Chiefs and Eagles for the Super Bowl. Let's get some predictions
Yeah,
going.
I'm real big on the Eagles right now.
Bane. I'm
Yeah,
on Tiggs on this one.
Obviously rooting for the Eagles. What's up, Dill? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We have this broadcast.
I do want to say, since Tiggs thought I was sports betting, I was pulling up the lines, right? Chiefs are -1.5. However, 80% of the money is currently on Eagles +1.5.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I would.
75% of the money is on the over, which is 49.5. And I think Tone Diggs said this morning that 80% of the overall money is on the Eagles. So Eagles are starting off hot early.
all right,
just
so I'm
saying.
betting on the Chiefs.
I mean,
I tell you what, that over-under is going to be tough. Because, I mean, Eagles have #1 defense in the league, but it's also Kansas City with their powerful offense. And Eagles are not shy on offense either.
I mean, they just did score 55 points.
I know,
And
but
they hit
that's
that
what I'm
over by
saying.
themselves.
49 points.
yeah, their over for their game was 48.5. They hit it by themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But
All right, we're going to put out a parlay later.
do we got any, like, final score predictions, or are we just going to say Eagles?
I got
Eagles.
the refs 30-0.
I like that. I'll put 100 on that.
Eagles 27-18.
Ooh.
I'm not going to do a score. I'm just picking the Eagles.
I'm taking Eagles too, but I think it's going to come down to like a last second field goal or something. Give me like 23-20.
I was actually just about to say Chiefs 24-20.
Go Birds.
All right. Well, did you guys hear about the
1975.
halftime show controversy that's going on
and
here?
I don't care one bit.
No,
I actually didn't.
So Kendrick Lamar is performing with SZA. They just
Who?
come out. SZA.
SZA.
You cut paper with that. Scissors.
But with the game being in New Orleans, there's a lot of people they're trying to keep it PG is what we're going to say here. A lot of people are saying that, or I have the quote right here. Out of respect for the taxpayers of Louisiana, we are asking each of you to use whatever means are at your disposal to ensure that this year's Super Bowl halftime event is as family-friendly as possible, said the letter, which was also signed by a variety of faith and family-focused organizations.
Father Jim signed it.
Yeah, you know
The
what?
city that hosts Mardi Gras?
This is coming from a group of elected officials in Louisiana.
Yeah.
You
What were they
know
elected to?
You know what's so stupid about this? 2 years ago, when was J-Lo in it?
Oh,
2
yeah.
years
Oh, that was
ago?
a great halftime show.
Yeah, they're like
Thanks.
they're like please, yeah,
Uh-huh.
they're like please don't do that.
I mean, a minute. Like, when there are, these big Super Bowl halftime shows, there's going to be some sort of little hey going on in these performances.
Hey.
So, like, I mean, Shakira, obviously, that was with
Horses.
J-Lo. And I mean, there was that year with Usher and Alicia Keys.
Yeah,
Like,
shout out Janet Jackson.
I was gonna say Janet Jackson.
well,
was-
yeah.
I knew that was coming.
So, yeah, I guess New Orleans is telling them to keep it down a little bit.
Yeah.
For the halftime show.
Yeah. Wait till Kendrick Lamar comes out. and
With
says-
Drake.
Every
says
time I'm
every-
in
yeah,
the street,
right.
I hear,
Yeah, wait till he sings "Not Like Us" with all the words in it.
Yeah. Oh boy. So before
Where are
we
you
talk
from, little?
before we talk about the Steelers, which is gonna be a touchy subject, what's everyone's prediction on the first commercial this year for the
I think
Super
it's
Bowl?
Doritos. They normally have the first one.
What even is like technically the first commercial? Is it like after kickoff?
Like, yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, the first commercial. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the Super Bowl broadcast goes before the kickoff.
So like after kickoff, they play offense. They go to a commercial. What
Yeah,
is that?
It's probably
commercial?
Timu with their ad.
Oh,
for,
son of a bitch.
they had about 30 of them last year.
Yeah, they spend all their money on those commercials.
Yeah.
They don't have any more.
I'm gonna go with a beer, but I can't say which one.
A
We're bringing
beer.
out the Clydesdales for the first commercial.
I literally.
I was gonna
horses.
say no shot.
Damn.
That's literally what I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess the Budweiser is gonna bring back the Clydesdale.
You know
so
what
thanks.
Budweiser needs to do? They need to have Stone Cold Steve Austin riding a Clydesdale.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Raw on Netflix commercial.
That's fine. They kind of sucked last year.
Yeah, they were.
They were. The only one that was good was the one where they had the screen go like to the, what was that? Fubu? What's that thing called?
Timu?
Is that what it is?
Roku.
No, it's not Roku.
It's a Roku commercial.
Was it Roku?
Yeah, where the menu popped up and
Yeah.
everyone got their menu, their TVs all jacked
Yeah.
up. Yeah, so think
Wait
it's
till I
Roku.
see Devontae Adams in a Taco Bell in his house.
Yeah, it's gonna be the first one.
What was the one? What was the commercial you were singing for a long time?
That wasn't a commercial. That was the
What a pro wants, what
yeah,
a pro
that's
needs.
it.
I hated that.
What a pro wants.
I hope
What a
that's in
pro
there.
needs.
I'm texting you.
Yeah,
This
imagine
minute.
Oh
the
my
first
gosh.
commercial is one of those stupid ass Andy Reid commercials. I will scream.
Oh, the Bumblebee.
You know, that's such a great call. That's what it's going to be, too. They're already going to tell you the Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl with the first commercial with Andy Reid.
You know Peyton Manning's gonna have another one.
Peyton Manning.
He was
Yeah.
Peyton Manning. Then he was Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
I want to know what the next one is because I think those are great.
UPMC's gonna have a commercial. They always do.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be like, "Hi, do you want to see underpaid
E-Trade-
employees
the
of a
E-Trade-
nonprofit?"
The E-Trade commercials with the babies were always great, too.
Do you remember? This is a long time ago, and I don't know if you guys would ever remember this. It was an Enterprise when Enterprise used to have a partnership with the NHL. It was a NICU, and it was the babies all had different onesies on, and the the dads all had the matching shirts on. And at the very end, it was this guy, and he basically was like going down the line. He was like, "Loser, loser, loser," and he's like, "Best baby in the world." That's probably one of my favorite commercials.
Yeah, well, I was personally going to go Doritos, too, but...
They normally have the starter one.
Yeah. Well, you're going with a beer. You're going with horses. What are you going with?
I said Doritos.
Okay, well, I don't want to take Doritos now. I'll go M&M's.
That's another.
Dill, what are you saying?
He said the Clydesdales.
Tiggs took mine, but I'm bringing it
Gatorade color.
Oh, that's a good one.
Blue.
Nah, fruit punch.
Red is always a heavy favorite, I think.
Well, especially if the Chiefs win, it's gonna be red.
Well,
Glacier
so
Freeze,
I'm gonna go
white.
green.
I'm
No.
going.
Be that,
I'm going lemon lime.
that
yellow.
green one. The
Cucumber.
Ew.
Kiwi.
no, the I can't remember what it's called. It's like one of the Arctic ones, but it's like green. I
I'm
don't
just gonna
think
go
they-
purple.
I don't even know if they use those.
I'm
for
going lemon lime, yellow.
powdered, but
All right. Well, go Eagles, I think. Except for you rooting for the Chiefs.
I'm not rooting for them. I just think they're gonna win.
That's rooting for them. I hate you.
Put your money where your mouth is.
So, dude was rooting for the Chiefs when we were playing
I
them.
didn't say he was right. Anyway, speaking about us, Steelers. Steelers wrap up for the year. 4-game losing streak to end the season, fellas. Great way to end there. Still no playoff win since 2016. Pretty sweet.
I was a freshman in college.
Yeah. Go Slip. Yeah, fun fact. Brady has won 3 Super Bowls since Tomlin's last playoff win.
It's pretty good. Did you see that? What Belichick said today that they should rename the Lombardi Trophy the Tom Brady Trophy.
Yeah, well,
Sure, Bill.
yeah,
Yeah,
probably
go
not.
coach UNC.
Yeah.
Go touch grass.
Hey, don't you have kids to recruit?
I don't think saying kids recruiting is the same.
Yeah,
So maybe
they're
like
kids.
football players.
Most of them are under 18.
Anyway, so per Mike
Big
Cabali's Twitter post, T.J. Watt's last 127 snaps, 0 tackles, 0 assists, and 0 sacks, 1 sack in 2 playoff games.
Yeah, he's out there doing cardio.
Well, I also
He's
think he was
pulling a
playing
Jonah.
hurt and was getting no help from his defensive coordinator. So
But it's okay. We're going to keep both of them.
I mean, either way, it's just a horrible way to end the season when you were 10-3 and leading the North, and you just shit the bed pretty much. But good news here: the Steelers have, I think it was 7 Pro Bowlers.
It was, and then Patrick Queen was named about 2 hours ago.
I was gonna say I definitely didn't fix that. So whoever did that, cool, thank you. Steelers have 8 Pro Bowlers now, which is 3rd most in the NFL, but that was when they had 7, so 8 might be.
That's
still
also
third,
not
maybe
including
second.
what the Chiefs and the Eagles would have had.
Well, yeah, I was going to get into this. So, Russell Wilson is replacing Josh Allen. Isaac Siamalo,
They said, "You want a participation trophy? Here you go."
yeah, is replacing Trey Smith from Kansas City. Cameron Hayward obviously earned his spot. T.J. Watt, yeah, earned his spot, but he's not participating. Minka got in there somehow. I have no idea. Chris
It's a
Boswell,
popularity vote.
yeah, Chris Boswell definitely earned his spot. Miles Killebrew got in there replacing Brandon Schooler from New England, and like we just said, Patrick Queen. He's replacing somebody, or
I didn't see if he was replacing somebody. I would imagine so because they named him really late.
gotcha. So that's tomorrow, right? The Pro Bowl,
Probably Sunday.
I think it's.
or is it over the weekend?
I think it starts the activities. Something starts.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like, all right, guys, we're gonna line up. We're gonna do dodgeball.
Let's go. Let's watch grown athletes play dodgeball and do a 3-legged race. Like, I watch Squid Games if I want to do that. So I'm good.
I haven't watched a Pro Bowl in probably since it's not been in Hawaii.
Yeah, I stopped watching after it was an actual game. I mean, it still was kind of pointless because, like, what are you playing for?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's stupid now. But we'll go as a group discussion here to end this off. What off-season changes do we need to, what needs to happen? I should say.
A lot.
Like what? Give
Can we
like
name
thing.
one?
Yeah, give me one thing.
Let me think the most important one. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with wide receiver depth. I think that's just an
I like
easy
that.
one, but there's a lot that you can say.
Got something in your mind there?
I got another one too.
Yeah, sign Fields. We've been on this.
Okay.
This isn't really for the off season, but more for next season.
Mm.
Is get TJ more involved rather than just rushing outside. Get him in the center. Get him right over one of the guards.
Can we say, like, quit putting him in coverage?
Not necessarily, because I don't think he's that bad as a
When he drops back.
for being known as like a true outside like linebacker that gets to the quarterback. I don't think he's bad at all in coverage.
no, I mean he has how many career interceptions?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm more of the line. I want to see him crushing a quarterback, but, I mean, I definitely get it. Because that's what you expect out of him is the rush quarterback. Right. You never really expect him to, drop back into coverage. But anything from you?
I mean, I know it's not going to happen, but they have to clear house with both coordinators.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're already keeping them. They came out
something
today.
has to change.
You know
And
what should have
obviously they're
changed
not
was
getting
we
rid
should have
of-
kept Brian Flores.
They're not getting rid of Tomlin, so we
Yeah,
need
I was going to bring that up
coordinators.
because I know you guys talked about it when I wasn't here, and it's fine, obviously, but, like when is enough with this guy? Are we not firing him because it's Mike Tomlin and the standard is the standard and all
It's the
this
Rooney
bullshit?
I think it's the same thing that the Eagles were in with Andy Reid. Andy Reid is a great coach. He just wasn't the right guy for the Eagles at the point that they were at. Tomlin, if he gets booted from here, will be hired by every single NFL team tomorrow. However, I just think that at this point in time, he's not the right guy for our room. He's just not. And you can say the players like him, and that's fine, and that's great. But something has to give. It can't be the same status without change. Because if you just do the same thing and you're like, it'll change. It won't. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so you name Field starter, right? You bring in the same line. They'll grow a year. Frazier will be great, just like always. Sayamalu, he was booty cheeks. Dan Moore's probably gone. So, like, you have that. And then your receivers, you have a guy that complains more than A.J. Brown complains, and that's a lot.
And doesn't read books.
Yeah, and he doesn't read books. I don't even know if he knows how to read. Then you have, like, Who's behind him? Van Jefferson, see you later. Calvin Austin, all 6 inches of them. Like
Yeah.
they post those pictures of like the mini Steelers. They don't even have to make him mini. That's just him. And like he's great, but he's not a wide receiver too. He's the Wes Welker slot guy. Put him in the slot. Stop making him what he's not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why we get Mike Williams and like barely even use him.
I think
Just watch.
just bouncing off of
Right.
like Tomlin right now. Tomlin's the boss, right? So you're in your workplace, right? Obviously, Steelers' workplace is playing football. Tomlin is your quote unquote manager, in a sense. It's okay to be friends with your manager in your workplace, but I think he oversteps the line of being a coach and being friends. I think he needs to, quit dapping everybody up, quit.
Need more discipline.
Yes. Like, if Pickens was late to that Chiefs game, wasn't active, bench him. I don't care if he's Justin Jefferson. If you're late to work, you should be disciplined. And I just don't think Tomlin has it in him to do that.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's a tough scene.
Am I wrong? You're laughing.
No, my tummy is.
No, his
over
stomach
here
was-
erupting.
Oh.
His tummy's grumbling over here.
I mean, does anyone disagree with me?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Dill?
I actually am going to disagree with you. I think the NFL, we all know, is a business and is entertainment. And you gave the Justin Jefferson example. I think if Justin Jefferson shows up late to a meeting, like he's going to be exempt, right? I think you, at all times, no matter what happens, put your best players on the field, or else fans will want your head. Like if George Pickens was late to a meeting and he didn't play the next game, there's us that understand that he shouldn't be there, but then there's like the average fans are like, why isn't George out there? I don't care that he missed a meeting, right? Like I don't think average football fans know the depth of missing a meeting.
So what's your thoughts on very, very early his rookie season, Tyler Sagan being late to player meetings and they healthy scratched him? You don't think they should healthy scratch him?
I think that you're comparing apples to oranges. I think the NHL is like, you need to get your shit together and you're not going to play. And the
But what's the
NFL's
difference if you're still a professional athlete and if you're from a fan base being pissed that your star athletes aren't playing?
Revenue.
Revenue.
But-
I think Sagan missing a game doesn't cost them money, but George Pickens missing a game costs them money, I think, in my opinion.
I just disagree. I think if it's gonna be in one sport, I just think it should be in all
Oh,
sports.
I agree that it should be. Like, if you miss a meeting, it should be. I just don't think that's how the NFL operates, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought you were disagreeing with me and
Oh.
saying that
No.
that it shouldn't happen.
No, if you're 5 minutes late to your meeting, sorry, you're sitting your ass on the bench. But it's not going to happen, is what I was saying.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Well, speaking of money, here's my thing, and I'm about to sound like a yinzer on Facebook. But I fully agree with this, is that I truly think that Art Rooney does not care about the on-field product. And I feel like the Steelers it's obviously a lot harder for this to happen, but the Steelers are treading down a path similar to what the Pirates are doing, where as long as the Rooneys are making money, they don't really care if the team succeeds. And until that starts hitting their pockets, I honestly do not think anything's going to change.
It's an interesting take.
I mean, you actually have a fair point there, because when was the last time the Steelers, like during the season, went out and actually got a big name that's not named Mike Williams?
Patrick Queen.
Okay, that's like off season. I mean, like when you're 10-3 and you're competing for a decent playoff spot, you're on top of the North.
And
When you know you could use some additional players to help you maintain
Yes,
that level.
I
you
see,
mean like the Bills going to get Cooper, the Chiefs going to get Hopkins?
Yeah, these big names like
I see where you're coming from in a sense of that, but I feel like the trade deadline market in the NFL is so small that there's like the Amari Cooper, the DeAndre Hopkins, those very few select big name fish that are on the market that get scooped up. I mean, you look in comparison to like the MLB trade deadline, NHL trade deadline, even the NBA. Like there's just so many more very high marketable guys that get moved at close to the deadline rather than the NFL.
No, it's definitely a whole different situation, but from the top to the bottom, even keeping Tomlin around, because I honestly don't know why they're keeping Tomlin around. I wish I knew.
It's one of the wonders of the world. We'll never know.
we'll move on, keep the conversation going. But that was decent topics there, fellas. I appreciate that. But Is it worth considering trading, or is it worth considering a trade that involves getting rid of TJ and or George Pickens
No,
No.
to help out
No.
the future of the team, or does the future of the team start and rely on them going
It
forward?
starts and relies on them.
If you want to win, you're not getting rid of TJ.
It's the same conversation with the Penguins. Like, you're not moving your marketable guys
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Obviously, I want to keep them, but
because if you're trading them, you're basically telling the fans that like, hey, sorry, we're rebuilding.
yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's not like you're giving up, but it's like you're going to get rid of your best players for a rebuild.
Yeah.
Right.
When you're
And
still doing well.
I think we've said this multiple times now, but I feel like if you just put Pickens in like a stable situation, he'll flourish.
Just
but
put some structure around him.
yeah, like there's no structure, and obviously with his personality, like he needs structure.
You can, in my experience, which is a lot less than what Tomlin's doing, if you have players that are very, very good, and you can see that they are very, very good, but they have an attitude issue or they're having trouble with their teammates, you have to build the structure for them to succeed, because if you don't build the structure, they're never going to adhere to it.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. No, thank you.
I mean, Pickens. I mean, I said this since the day they drafted him. He always had an attitude problem. He's a freakishly just great athlete. Like, the athleticism is there. There's no doubt about that. But, like, the attitude, the stupid penalties, like, I mean, like we said when Broderick Jones, like, pulled him aside, like, no, you need, like, Cam Hayward to sit his ass down and be like, hey, Jorge, cut the shit. Like, you're here to play football, not box.
Yeah.
If you want to box, Le'Veon Bell's looking for a fight coming up here. So
Yeah, you can beat Jake Paul's next opponent.
yeah, go fight it.
No, he's fighting Logan Paul.
Yeah, I saw that
That's so
today.
stupid.
Right. I sent it to Ty. I said, this is us when Mom and Dad used to go to the Giant Eagle.
Did you guys have a trampoline?
No,
Probably for the betters.
Valentes had trampoline. We would go over there and have tag team matches.
Bro, I was undefeated against my Steeler stuffed animal that I had. He couldn't beat me. Swanton bomb was my finishing move. Anyway,
That poor bear.
couldn't beat me. I was too good.
Corey, the 24/7 title.
Yeah.
No, it was one of those like real cheap plastic, but like almost like a weak styrofoam belt back in the day.
Oh,
You
yeah,
got 'em at
yeah.
Toys R Us.
Yeah, now they don't even make them.
Yeah, no, they're much better quality.
We used to
than-
have we used to have the
Yeah.
spinner belt, the spinner WWE one, and then
Mhm.
we would binder clip it to our fan and put the fan on
Hell yeah.
on low because we have bunk beds, and we would have a ladder match. I got power bombed onto my brother's bed.
Oh.
Could be a content idea. We could have a Royal Rumble in my backyard.
Yeah,
HR
it would look,
said
it would
no.
look,
First
HR
entry.
Dylan's number one.
it would look like rough and rowdy.
And then we'll have like a 10-person Royal Rumble, and we'll have the 5 of us, and then 5 like secret like guest appearances like on the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Rumble.
we're not
Going
inviting
back
Ty. We
there.
would lose.
Well, anything we invite Ty to, we automatically lose.
Yeah, that's like
All right, let's wrap
We're
up.
fighting for second.
Let's wrap up football. So
Chess
we can
match,
go on
we're
here.
toast.
I know the draft is a little far away, but keeping it in mind, what position, you can drop names if you want. What do you want to see the Steelers prioritize position-wise this year?
In the first round, receiver.
I think the first round has to be a receiver because
Or
that's
a
like our
cornerback.
biggest. Or a what?
Cornerback.
Oh, I thought you said a quarterback. I was like, get out.
No, not a quarterback in the first round.
Definitely not.
No, I do think that Naj is gone. So I think that they're gonna bring Warren back, but they're gonna need a back with Warren. I think a name to watch later in the draft is, we put it out. Trayvon Henderson is going anywhere in the 3rd to the 4th round. Judkins is also going in the 3rd round. I would be stoked if we got him. But I think the real name that we're gonna end up with is Ollie Gordon, and he's real good.
Is that the guy from Oklahoma State?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you guys.
We have the whole Oklahoma State backfield.
Yeah.
You might as well bring back Mason Rudolph too at that point.
And James Washington.
Oh yeah, that connection.
Brandon
Lethal.
Whedon too. Remember?
Yeah.
Dude, Martavis
At
Bryant
the age
never
of 32.
never smoked the fucking weed. He would have been great. He probably still have been here.
You might we would have had him and Chase Bull.
Did you say Chase?
He said
Bull?
Chase.
That's what my mom calls him.
Oh,
You know what the better part is? She goes, he's
Oh.
Canadian.
All right.
so anyway, yeah, that'll end the long football talk that we had to get through. So
Oh, you had a lot to go over.
yeah, But,
Go Eagles.
Yeah,
Fly
definitely
Eagles,
go
fly.
Eagles. But
Still hate the Flyers.
only for one game.
Lot to talk about in the hockey world.
Sure is.
There's a lot.
Not as much as football.
No.
There's still a lot.
Well, we didn't have playoffs yet.
That's true.
We can start with Ovechkin. Dude breaks his leg, and then he comes back. He's now, I think he's still 20 goals away from Gretzky. That's crazy to me.
Wasn't like was it 3.5 weeks or like 4 weeks, something like that?
He literally snapped his leg in half, and he was back skating within a week.
So I think
That's
he
good.
broke his fibula. Pretty sure that's what he broke.
Yeah, it is.
If he would have broke his tibia,
Yeah, he would have
he
been
would
done for
have
the
been
season.
non-weight bearing and wouldn't been able to
Yes.
even skate, not even think about coming back in 3.5 weeks. He
Yeah.
wouldn't have been allowed to skate.
That is an accurate statement. So, again, I've always liked Ovechkin. I think he's the best goal scorer we will ever see in our lifetime. A lot of people.
Connor Sheary.
Yeah, right. Except, who's Matt Niskanen?
Nice.
Moving on, we're going to move on to the Avi Kopech team of the week, the Canucks. I have no idea what the hell was going on up there.
Demko stinks.
He's brutal.
Glad I held on to him for 3 months on the IR just for him to come back and figure out how to play
Remember
hockey.
when you kept George Pickens too,
Oh,
and then he caught about 6 balls the next
No,
year?
remember when who was that you kept? Didn't you keep Mike Williams?
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yeah,
No.
who
I
did
wasn't.
he keep?
I wasn't in the league.
It was
then.
before you. Who
I
did he
didn't
keep?
keep
Bill?
Mike
Come on,
Williams.
help me out here. It was a receiver. It was a goofy receiver.
Yeah, it was definitely not Van Jefferson.
Allen Robinson played for us
Oh yeah, kind of forgot that.
Yeah,
no, I was gonna say like he just threw me off. Okay.
Wait, he played for them this year?
no.
last year.
Last year,
Totally forgot about that.
Steeler legend.
I think he's on the Giants now.
Yes, I did keep Allen Robinson.
I knew it was some goofy receiver.
So the Canucks. Apparently Pedersen and Miller aren't getting along. Miller's definitely getting shipped out of there. People are asking if Pedersen could really be moved. I think that they would be dumb to move him,
Probably
especially
come.
after his season last year. I do think JT Miller is moving.
He doesn't he like bad stuff with like coaches and everything too. Like he got benched or whatever, and he like left or whatever. Whatever happened, he just doesn't have a good rap with
He's
coaches
pulling
right
the
now.
Jimmy Butler for the NHL.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's doing.
I read something today about Pedersen. I'm almost positive it was about Pedersen. 'Cause what was he hurt with earlier this year?
It was a lower
Lower
body.
body, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was, I'm fairly certain that whatever the injury was is causing like severe arthritis,
Yeah.
and is part of the reason as to why he's not performing.
Oh, so his career is over.
He's got that arthritis.
No, I mean they'll fix that. He'll have core muscle surgery, and then next thing you know, he'll be like a machine again.
Man's gonna need stem cells.
The last time I saw,
Those aren't cheap.
he could get on that Rey Mysterio treatment.
Yeah.
JT Miller, the last time I saw it, there was a hypothetical trade that almost went through to the Rangers. I definitely think he's coming back to the Metro.
Wasn't it a 1-for-1 for Zibanejad?
No, they offered a 1-for-1, and the Canucks said no.
He's going to Carolina.
Yeah, right. On deferred money, just like the Dodgers. So whatever's going on in Canuck Town, their team stinks. So be on the lookout because I think some of those pieces are definitely moving. I definitely think Miller's the first to go. I highly doubt that they move on from Demko.
Just a bad season.
I think he's just having a rough season.
Yeah.
He was hurt a lot of last season, then he was hurt to start this season, and now he's just I just think he's in a weird
You keeping him the rest of the year?
area.
Yeah.
Live trade right now.
I don't have him in the league that you're in.
The deadline is Sunday, Tiggs.
Moving on to another Canadian team, Connor McJesus had an in-person hearing. He ended up being suspended for 3 games.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened?
Right in the mouth.
I mean, he came up real high,
Mhm.
real fast. It wasn't even.
Right in the beak.
Yeah, and like people were saying, like, oh, like Sid's never done anything like that, and I'm
Uh,
like, I
Sid was
watched.
bouncing.
yes.
Pete
Yeah, I was like,
Subban.
I watched him bounce his head like a basketball off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like, ah.
Yeah, younger Sid definitely has had his moments for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, and I think when you're a superstar, it's a little bit different because the expectation level is higher, obviously.
Yeah, you looked at it as a role model.
Yeah, but everybody has a limit.
Yeah.
He had his, and he was sussied for 3 games.
I mean, to be honest, he was getting absolute daddy hacks before all this.
Yeah,
happened,
I mean,
too.
that's the most personality I think he's shown in an actual game
Yeah.
in a little while. Do I have a problem with it?
Hey, like we were saying before, it's only 3 games. Or it's only 3 games compared to like 15 yards and hitting Patty Mahomes. It's the same thing. You got to put up with your stuff to get the job done.
That's fair.
You know, it's only 3 games. They'll be fine.
We're going to move over to the big trade. The Hurricanes got Rantanen and Taylor Hall, which Taylor Hall was just a throw-in on that deal because Chicago, he wasn't even playing in Chicago. The Avs got Neckis, Drury, a 25 second and a 26 fourth. Chicago, for a participation award, got a 25
I
third.
looked at that for probably
I
a
am
solid 20 minutes
so
and was like,
confused.
what happened with Chicago? Why are they there?
They got a 25 third for retaining 50% of Rantanen salary.
Yeah.
How? Can you do that with Carlson too? Just give us Bedard. You take Carlson.
Yeah, right.
50%.
We'll take Bedard, and we'll actually trade for Celebrini, too. But the main reason for that deal happening was Rantanen actually was asking for like 14 mil plus, and the Avs' final offer was 11.25, so obviously a little bit apart. And then he came out and he was like, I was willing to take less. And I'm like, I don't know if you were. Like,
It doesn't sound that way.
right, because if the final offer is 11.2, what's less? Like, he's like, I'll take less, 3.75, 13.75. I'd be like,
Did you guys see what's Drury's first name?
Jack.
Did you see his brother called him? It was about the trade, and he thought he was joking,
Mm-hmm.
and then he went online and saw he was traded.
Oh.
His brother called him because he got traded to the Avs, and he was like, "Oh hell yeah, good one." Yeah. Then he was like, oh, "Okay, sir."
Looks down, his phone's buzzing. GM.
Well,
He's like,
Chicago
marijuana.
Chicago brought in Taylor Hall to play with Bedard, and Bedard really liked him, but the coaches didn't like Taylor Hall, so he didn't play with Bedard. I don't know what Chicago's doing. Chicago's another area where it's just like they every position possible they need a dude. Like
The whole city.
yeah,
not just.
I mean they got Ben Johnson. That's like a big. It's like a Caleb Williams still, but yeah. What do you guys think of what do you think of Rantanen getting moved as early as he did?
Is this his final year on the contract?
This is a Gensel rental, is what this is.
Yeah, he won't come back.
Oh no, I don't think he's re-signing.
He's going to the Sharks.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Going to the Kings.
It came out of nowhere. I didn't hear any rumors or see any rumors of Rantanen being moved.
I just thought that whole McKinnon and Rantanen is like an unstoppable force, and you got rid of half of that for what? Why?
The only thing I can think of is if they think that Nichushkin, who's still over there, is gonna somehow come into that.
Isn't he wanted by the Russian mafia or
I was
something?
gonna say him.
Yeah,
If he could figure
his life is
out.
crazy.
Not that it really matters either, but when is Landeskog coming back?
Never.
Yeah.
It was supposed
I
to
thought he
be.
was supposed to be this year.
Maybe
So it's supposed to be the
2027.
start of the year. Then I think they pushed it back. I don't know if he's ever gonna play again.
Really?
He had the same surgery Nick Backstrom did, and Nick
Yeah.
Backstrom never came back from it.
I think it's just
Landeskog's how old?
31.
Yeah, he's not
He's
even that
early
old.
30s.
So he's still relatively
Fact check it, though.
young.
I think he's a little bit older than 31. He's not. I want to say he's a little bit older than 31, but don't
He came into the league
He's
so
32.
young.
a little bit older
Like-
than 31.
What was his first season, Dill?
2013.
Oh.
Yeah, he's been
Wow.
around forever.
I mean, that's 14 years. 13 years.
Yeah.
13. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back anytime soon,
He
but
has, sorry to cut you off, he has never scored more than 75 points in a season.
yeah, I did know
Damn.
that.
But he was consistent for a long time.
Yeah, he's like Adam Frazier.
Don't get in front of the
Hold on,
pod there,
you said he's
James.
consistent, and I'll tell you. 2016, 72 games played, 33 points, minus 25 on the ice.
Ouch.
Yeah. Consistent.
Ryan,
so
Ryan Graves numbers.
Just throw him out of the window. Whatever I was about to say, just disregard that.
Well, I mean, if he does come back, they're gonna need somewhere to put that salary, and
Yeah.
now you got rid of Rantanen.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see. I can't. Can you imagine Rantanen with Rod the Bod down there? He's like half speed. I'd be like, but moving on to the hometown Pittsburgh Penguins.
Guidos.
Sid, he's now the new record holder in total face-off wins. He passed Bergeron. Bergeron was a killer in fantasy for face-off wins.
Yes.
I used to take him every year just to get the face-off
Yep.
wins. At the time that he broke the record, he had taken a total of just under 29,000 face-offs. He had a 52.7% win percentage.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's real good. Moving into who's moving, Dubas, there's been rumors floating around about a fire sale. I highly doubt that's happening. We have contracts that nobody wants.
Ryan Graves.
Raquel's probably not moving this season unless a massive offer comes in. Because he, at the start of the season, he started really, really slow. I think now it's like, boom.
Yeah.
Pedersen is definitely the guy that I'm looking at to move probably first. He's on an expiring deal.
Please sign my step
He's
first.
pretty affordable. Pickering got it postponed.
Who's gonna lose fights for us now?
Hey, he fights dogs.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude fought Darnell Nurse.
right.
I mean, Achari's probably our next fighter up, or DOC.
Cookie.
They're both
Just
pretty
feed
feisty.
Matt Nieto to the crowd. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where he needs to go? Elsewhere.
yeah.
Anyone want Matt Nieto for like a 2046 7th round pick? We'll take it.
Yeah, he looked brutal.
I don't think he has a point.
Well, you know who doesn't have a point?
Yeah,
Talk about it in a
Ryan
minute.
Graves.
The Oilers and Canucks are still interested in Pedersen. The Oilers need a defenseman. That seems to be like he can go and be line mates with the dude he got shit pumped by, but we'll see what happens. I'm curious of what the return is for somebody like him, because he's a rental, so it's not going to be anything amazing.
I've always liked him.
Yeah, I've liked him. I just don't think on a rental for some, like, he's a stay-at-home defenseman. He's not the
What do we get for Ruido? Like a 6th?
7th.
Yeah.
Shout out Chad.
I think for Pedersen, if you're looking at a rental, I think a 3rd is a good number.
I would say a 3rd or 4th. I think is fair. Tristan Jarry got waived since our last time here. Blomqvist, however you pronounce his last name. He's still in the good graces of the team. They're actually really, really high on him. And then there's a guy that's currently with the Nailers. His last name is
He's in
Marashov.
Wilkes-Barre now. He got called up to Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah, he did. I did see that. They are real high on that dude. With the Nailers, he was 15-2-1 with a .923 save percentage and a 2.32 GA. He actually didn't lose a game from like November till middle of January.
He's 20.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
Flower Jr.
He's real sick too.
the only I was texting him about this a couple weeks ago about actually once Jari got waived, I was looking more into him, and the only like bad scouting report on him is like his size. That's it.
How big is he?
Not big.
He's a little teeny.
Is he like below 6 foot?
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's like 5.
Dill, can you look him up?
Is he Dylan size or?
I think he's like 5'11".
Dill's like 5'8" on a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is 6 foot even.
Okay.
Nice.
What's he-
187
I was gonna
pounds.
say he's like
Russian,
180.
so
He is
like-
20 years old.
Yeah,
He's
what's
real
his
young.
what's his current? Did he
Russians are
did
like
he
the future
did
of
he
goalies. You should know that.
did he play yet in Wilkes-Barre this year?
Let me see. It doesn't look like
He's
it.
on Elite Prospects.
I want stats.
Wait. Yeah,
He's on the
he's
Penguins
played.
elite page.
Okay, hold on. Wilkes-Barre, 4 games, a 1.50 goals against, and a .95 save percentage.
Just bring him on now.
What do you got to
Damn.
lose?
Yeah, they can't be anything worse than what we have
Right.
now.
He's
so.
that
Was
dude's
he was he our second or 3rd round pick?
he was a 3rd.
Should have been a 1st.
Dill,
Should've went
where was he
1-1.
drafted?
1-1.
Does it tell?
Bedard year.
He was a 4th round, 118th overall by the Pens.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
Talk about hidden. That dude got hidden development on Matt.
Yeah. So Tristan Jarry, he's currently in Wilkes-Barre. He actually allowed a goal on the very first shot he faced. So
Here's my shot face.
I would say on list of overpaid goalies in the league right now, where's Jarry at? Do you think he's
the list
one?
is this big. Yeah.
What about Jack Campbell?
I was
For a
gonna-
while.
I think
okay. I
yeah.
kind of forgot about him, but I mean,
Gibson's making $6 million.
As a backup.
Yeah.
Johnny Whitehall.
yeah, I know.
He used to practice up at
He also just
Brentwood.
beat us.
I put one in on him.
You
I have a
actually
save
do?
against drafts. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jari's just not great. So
No, I
unfortunate.
think his days in the NHL are done.
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? A former Penguins goalie by the name of Matt Murray.
Well, yeah, but then he got hurt, and now he's in.
But he won 2
Toronto.
cups
Yeah,
as a
Matt
rookie.
Murray also won 2 cups. So
He didn't win 2 cups as a rookie.
can't
He
win
won
2
one.
cups as a rookie. not possible.
It's not. It's not.
Whatever it
He
was.
didn't get
It's not
redshirted.
2 Murrays, 1 cup. It's
Well, wasn't he like? I don't
Corey's
know.
like, they redshirt him the first year, so really he was a redshirt freshman. Then they took the redshirt off, so he was really a freshman.
wasn't
So
he,
like
like-
2 rookies.
Wasn't he a backup to Fleury the first year they won the cup, and then he actually
Fleury
started?
got hurt,
Yeah.
Okay, so he,
and then they said, "Sit on, old man."
Now he won a Vezina.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're not
and where's
wrong.
he at now?
Fleury?
No, Matt Murray.
Murray.
Toronto.
Toronto's AHL
Is he still in
system.
Toronto?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got called up a couple weeks ago and he played. I'm pretty sure got his shit pumped.
Sticking with the goalies, Ned scored a goal and an assist. That's the first time ever that's ever happened in the same game.
I was there for that.
You were there for that.
That was electric. I had a whole bag of popcorn in my hand, and when I tell you that stuff went everywhere. So I even said that, like, I was just obviously joking because you never expect the goalie to score. So I'm like, give it to Ned with like the 24 Penguin fans in front of us, and those were the only fans left because everyone was gone. But
You mean no one was there to begin with?
pretty much. But yeah, actually, fun fact: their stadium is bigger than PPG.
yeah,
And,
but there's nothing to do around
And I
it.
said that I was like,
It's
when I was sitting there and
so
looking around, I'm like,
uncomfortable.
this looks so much smaller because their top is closed off.
Yes.
How long did
Our
it take
top
you to
is-
drive to Buffalo just asking for a friend?
How long did it take?
Yeah.
Like 3.5 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, so when they dumped the puck in and Ned came out, I'm like, oh shit, this is it. Flung it down. Did you see that picture?
Google Maps
Did you
now.
see? Did you guys see that picture of Sid?
Yeah.
As the puck was going in.
Yeah,
Like,
turned around, pointed.
smiling. That's so sweet. And like, I mean, obviously, I jumped up and screamed, and I was like, I looked at the
Of
crease to see what he was doing,
3
and he
hours
was already at the
before
bench. Went, so.
Yeah, and Corey was actually jumping through tables on Sunday. So, yeah. So Ned has 2 points on the year. That's 2 more than Ryan Graves.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, we put out a tweet earlier today. In 35 games, Ryan Graves has 0 points. There are 23 goalies that have 1. There are 5 goalies that have more than
Like,
1.
how do you not even luck into just like giving the puck to somebody and them going down and scoring?
Wait, I'm genuinely curious if you guys would know this answer. Who do you think leads all goalies in points?
Ever or like current?
No, current. Ever, I would imagine. Brodeur has the most
I
goalie
would say
goals. He has
Hextall.
3. Hextall's got to be high. But no, I'm talking this season.
This
Is it Gustafson?
Nope. He has, I think Gustafson has 2, right, Dill? Yeah. I'm pretty sure Gustafson has 2, though.
Is it East or West?
It's an East Coast. I think it's an East Coast team, right, Dill?
It is the East, yes.
Yeah.
Is it like one guy from Boston?
Swayman,
No, but the other guy.
Corpusala,
No, he just got traded.
Allmark.
Allmark.
No,
He
he
plays
plays
on
in Ottawa.
Senator.
Oh,
No, it's not him. I think it's Kochekov from Carolina.
He has 3 points.
He has 3 points.
Actually, he's tied with Dustin Wolf, who also
Yes.
has 3 points.
Dustin
Wow.
Wolf, real sick goalie.
Yeah.
Gustafson has what, 2?
Gustafson has a goal and assist. So does Ned. Spencer Knight has 2 assists
Yeah,
somehow.
he is-
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I saw that earlier
yeah, and
today.
he's played like 20 games. if
Yeah,
that.
there are 23 goalies with at least 1 point this
Yeah,
year.
and Ryan Graves has 0 points in
Love it.
35 games.
That's
what
pretty
an
good.
addition! What a contract!
Yeah, so congrats to Ned. I think that's pretty cool.
It was sick.
Fenway is looking to sell minority stake of the team.
We
Somebody
buying
said
that?
Crosby should just buy it.
Honestly,
We should just crowdfund.
Same thing with Pitt and Holstein. Just take around the charity bin like church and
Yeah, the 412 Alliance or whatever they're called. I don't know. I think ever since they took over, the team's kind of been. But
Bob Nutting should buy that stake.
I'll leave the
I'll never
I'll,
watch
I'll leave
hockey.
the city.
the country. See ya.
Yeah, I'll retire from
Heard
everything.
Canada has free health care.
Yeah, I heard Greenland might become part of the U.S. So
Isn't Greenland colder than Iceland?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
that was a history lesson from like 7th grade.
Yeah, pretty sure.
no, like second grade.
Well, yeah,
I really want to
well, you
go to
forgot he went to
Iceland.
Catholic school.
Right,
They
yeah.
they teach that shit.
I had to
later
wear a
on.
uniform and couldn't chew gum.
Did you chew gum in class?
Always. Uniform I'm taught because I was hard.
Because I was hard.
Mrs. Chang, though, 2nd grade music teacher, if you failed a test, you got 2 slaps on the wrist with a meter stick.
A meter?
Yep.
Not even a ruler?
No.
No.
She brought that shit from way back.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you
obviously
got
a
more.
meter
You
long.
got more leverage. All right. So yeah, Fenway's looking to sell their minority stake. I don't really care who buys the team. If I'm being quite honest, it's a minority stake. It's not the majority. So maybe it'll be LeBron. He just
Mark
buys.
Cuban.
Magic Johnson.
I'm shocked he
Start that
hasn't
rumor.
bought something
Pittsburgh
for.
related.
Yeah. He is doing a lot of good though for the healthcare sector. I will say that. And last but not least, Pickering got reassigned. I don't know why.
I think
really,
it was a.
yeah.
I originally thought it was for Rust going on IR, but it turns out that it was. I think it was. He got sent down, so they called before because Gino went on IR.
Yeah, I think so. So that's kind of what I was thinking. But
6-9.
yeah, he was supposed to be signing at Baseball Card Castle. For anybody that had tickets, that is postponed.
Did you call them and ask?
No, they put it out on Twitter today.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, that's all I have. Does
Right
anybody
next to
have
the
anything
Schemes
else
101.
in the NHL?
Not that I know of.
Hey, I just did everybody a favor that's a season ticket holder. I took the survey, the year like survey you get.
For the Pirates?
No, I'm not a season ticket holder for the Penguins. And it was like, questions, and it said, it was like, name one event that you would be most interested in attending that they don't have. And I was like, player meet and greet, number one.
They do. I wonder. They used
Thought
to
you were gonna say
have. They
Penguins
used to
Fest.
have stuff like that.
Penguins Fest, I'd be there. I'd be more excited than Pirates Fest.
Yeah. Speaking of Pirate Fest.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Woo!
All right, well, I
That
guess
was
it's
nice.
my turn.
All right, let's go SR.
So I guess we'll start with Roki Sasaki.
Oh, I thought we were starting with Pirate Fest.
Unsurprisingly, went to the Dodgers. It was a $6.5 million bonus signing, whatever you want to call it. All right, so we'll start with the MLB, not Pirates Fest.
Damn.
Damn.
Save the best for
Roki
last.
Sasaki signed with the Dodgers for $6.5 million.
Deferred.
Deferred.
They said you're
Probably.
playing here for free. Welcome to LA, buddy.
The Padres supposedly, nobody knows if this was official or not, offered him $10 million. So it's kind of, I guess he just wanted to be in LA.
He didn't.
Surprise,
He didn't want
surprise.
Tatis's horse tranks, so he moved over.
He said, my best friend, Shohei Ohtani, plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
He said, "I'm really big into sports betting. I think I'm going to go to the Dodgers."
I heard Shohei knows a guy.
And then also to the Dodgers, Tanner Scott, 4 years, $72 million.
Deferred.
Deferred. I honestly, I think it is.
A lot of it is. I think 23 million of it is deferred.
And as of today, Kirby Yates officially signed their 1 year, $13 million. Probably deferred.
Dill, I heard that, the Dodgers came to you for summer, their IT management core.
Yeah.
That was also deferred.
Did they offer you deferred money too?
No, so I actually had to decline it because they said, "Hey, Dill, here's $10, but it's not deferred." I said, "I really want deferred money," so that's why I declined it.
He
You
said,
wanna-
"I
He's
don't
like,
want
you
that
give me
tax."
that in
Well, you wanted a penny every
50-cent installments for the next
Yeah.
50 years. So that brings up what I'm just going to call the Dodgers problem. And as you guys probably know, the CBA is expiring in 2 years. Actually, well, technically after the 2026 season. But is there going to be a 2027 season?
There will be. It'll just
I think
be,
they're going to go into a lockout.
There'll be a season. I was gonna say. I think there's a season. I just think it's not a full season.
They need to. So here's the thing with the deferred money, right? The Dodgers are doing it. Why can't everyone else do it? You know what I mean? It's cheating, but not cheating. It's an unwritten rule, but nothing stops you from doing it. The Dodgers are just, in my opinion, abusing it.
Well, I think the Dodgers have a really good accounting department or something like that, and they're supposedly, from what I saw, in some form reinvesting that money to the point where they're not even actually paying for these players.
They're actually just sending it to the Pirates as part of revenue sharing.
Yeah,
I saw that the reason that they do it is to help the players avoid the taxes of the upfront cost of a massive contract. Because the California tax, as somebody that is a frequent flyer over there, it ain't fun. $7 for a bottle of Aquafina. It tastes like shit.
Salt water. Or is that Deer Park? Dill, what's the water taste like salt water?
Dasani.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they have that.
Oh,
right
yeah,
too.
Dasani just tastes like plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how that works out. I even saw today that George Steinbrenner from the Yankees just straight up said that they can't spend money like the Dodgers are spending money. So I think that's when you know you have a problem.
That's funny because they're the reason why the MLB has the luxury tax.
Dill said, so how you doing? How you been?
Pete Alonso rejected a 7-year, $158 million extension from the Mets
Dumb.
and now has reportedly been offered a 3-year, $70 million contract. And he also said today that he fully backs Scott Boras. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's his agent.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess just overall with his whole
Did he
contract
not?
issue.
My question is, did he not learn his lesson from Scott Boras last year?
With Jordan Montgomery and
Chapman
Mm-hmm.
and Chapman. Chapman signed late in the season too. Now Chapman got paid this year, but
there
he
was somebody else last year too that was a Boras agent that had a lot of problems. I can't remember who
Snell?
it was though.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. And then what else? The Blue Jays. They finally got somebody. Anthony Santander got paid.
Sure did.
Like you were saying with who were you talking about earlier with having like one good season?
Tyler Warren, the Penn State tight end.
Oh yeah. Santander. I mean, he obviously kind of had a breakout season, even though he's a little bit older now. Got a bag from Toronto. Definitely didn't think he was going to get that much. Jurickson and Profar finally signed with the most reasonable contract I think I've ever seen. 3 years, $45 million. to
We literally
Atlanta.
said that. The last episode when I think it was the question from whoever asked it or the anonymous questions, and I said, why couldn't you just do 3 years, $45 million?
And you know who could have did 3 years, $45 million?
We.
The Pirates. Oh, and speaking of what else we could have done, Ha-Seong Kim, 2 years, $29 million to Tampa.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He's a good player. To Tampa, like Tampa's team is.
the Rays. I think someone from the Rays organization posted a Twitter of the roof or posted a picture of the roof, and it's literally just the skeleton. It's just open air.
Still?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, they said I think it was going to be like 2 years.
Yeah, they have to get that. It's like I can't remember what the material's called, but the material that they make it out
Paper.
of. Yeah, I don't think it's that.
I mean, it's what it looked like after that hurricane went through.
What's crazy is that when they play a home game in the Yankee spring training, they're going to average the same amount of fans as they do.
I said maybe they could sell it out.
Look at
That's
that.
actually kind of sick. Keep it like that.
That's a Ferris wheel.
This is shout out to I believe Taj Bradley posted this on Instagram the other day, and it's
Dude,
not looking good.
wrap lights around that and keep it like a big ass chandelier and play night
He
games.
said put some of those margarita
Yeah.
lights up there.
Dude, that'd be so
He
sick.
said thread pineapples through the top.
Pick up the shit, get your
The,
stuff together, and play there like
Honestly,
that.
you could play here, but instead of in the past where balls would hit the roof, it goes through the roof. It's a home run. If you hit it, through the roof, home run.
Before we move on to the Pirates, did you guys see the Trevor Bauer tweets from
Oh my
yesterday?
God.
Yeah. That
I
dude.
did not. Please inform me.
You really didn't see him?
No.
So, Dan Clark tweeted, ignore the vocal minority that follows an inaccurate narrative spun by the Manfred-fearing mainstream media. Trevor Bauer is one of the most popular pitchers in the world today, if not the most popular. He is loved in Japan, Mexico, and still has a huge following in America. Trevor Bauer replies, I'm second behind Shohei. I don't think anyone in America understands how big of a global superstar he is. I beat everyone else, though, including outdrawing every single MLB team in daily views just on my YouTube channel alone. That includes their streaming and TV numbers. I'm the second most popular player and the most knowledgeable pitcher on this planet. I'm also a top 10 pitcher on this planet and willing to play for $0. That's minimum $50 value per year that you'd get for $0. But someone very obviously lied about me one time, so I can't go back to work. The absurdity in the situation is off the charts. He also said that somebody also tweeted at him something along the lines of like, who he said there's like 20 guys in the MLB that he
said
probably
there's
couldn't
No,
trade.
he was arguing with Chipper Jones on Twitter.
Yes.
Whoa.
And then he said something along the lines of like, "Oh, there's only 20 hitters on the planet that could best me," or something like that. And then everybody just started immediately posting every like home run he's ever given.
Dude, I saw a tweet that said
Wow.
it was like for every like this gets, I'll name a player who can take Trevor Bauer deep. And it had like 400 plus likes. I think it was
Idea.
Logan's league actually.
When we have our home run derby next year, we'll add him and tell him to come pitch for us.
Right.
Zeros all around.
Yeah, you thought you could hit 10 off of schemes.
I can.
Zeros all around.
Given the situation when you said right down the middle,
I'm taking tie for at least one.
I
Go ahead, Dill.
I'm better than I've ever been. I'm giving myself 15 now. Sorry.
New heart, new Corey.
There's a guy on X called Joe Deadcat. I guess he's part of a baseball Deadcat podcast. He asked him, "Do you think you can still get major league hitters out?" Bauer replies, and I quote, "There are like 20 hitters on the planet that are true competition for me. I'd steamroll the rest of them." 17 million engagements.
I love that. That's so funny. Oh my god.
All right, well, we ready for our buckos now?
Hell
Yeah.
Pirates Fest.
Pirates Fest. So I wasn't there, but we'll go
We
over
were.
some of the highlights.
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the whole sell the team Bob thing, right? So we're pulling up to the parking garage, right? And they have like one of them like
A boards.
Yeah, pyramids. And it says sell the team Bob. And then like a bunch of other things underneath. And then they're handing out like hoodies, like t-shirts, all kind of other stuff. So we're walking in and there's a sign that says like no outside food or drink. No, whatever. And then right underneath of it, it says any profanity directed towards players or team will not be permitted and will be subject to removal from the premises. I'm like, that means the Pirates saw these people having sell the team
Hell yeah.
shirts, merchandise, and basically said, if you wear that, you're out. And then on top of that, they had a truck that had a billboard on the side of it,
Like an electronic billboard.
literally driving in circles in the convention center, like underneath of it. You know where the garage is?
Yeah.
Literally drove in circles for hours.
I love that.
And then when they did the Q&A, a sell the team chant broke out right before it started.
Good.
Yes.
Somebody also asked in the same exact thing if the Pirates were going to invest in a life-sized pirate ship for PNC Park.
That would be sick. Keep it out.
It's actually
on
just
the
a
river.
gateway clipper.
Oh, yeah. That would be kind of cool though. Like if you imagine like a big ass
Go
pirate
to
ship
that
right outside
stupid
the
jungle
river.
gym in right field. Put a pirate ship.
The cesspool in the center field where that looks like a.
Well, yeah, and then like every time the Pirates hit a home run, they can have cannons that shoot like water out back into the river. We're coming up with crazy ideas here, fellas.
You know what? We need to talk to Joe.
Oh yeah.
We did see
Friend-
Joe
friend
at
of the
Pirates
program.
Fest. We did see Joe.
We did see Joe.
Did you ask him if you remember doing?
We said
Did
Joe.
you get him to do the fruit roll up?
We said Joe. When's the first fruit roll up challenge? We got this guy for you. He's coming on.
Bill said I'm taking a sick day that day.
That's a no-fly zone. Sorry, guys.
That's a PTO day.
All right, yeah. So we'll go over some highlights here.
Or
First
low
off,
lights.
Kutch's name was spelt wrong.
They literally spelled it wrong on his nameplate that was in front of him
And the
on
outside
the
one.
outside part that told you where the autographs were. They took it down and wrote it in pencil. You couldn't even write it in Sharpie so that people could see it from afar. They wrote this in like 0.5 lead pencil.
And by somebody that did not have nice handwriting either.
Yes.
Apparently, they were also selling expired drinks. And then, as per our tweet, payroll. It's not completely accurate anymore, but payroll was $5 million lower than last year. But GMBC Ben Charrington mentioned that free agency timeline has shifted in the league, which I don't fully disagree with. I mean,
Yeah, it's shifted so much so that we haven't signed anybody.
I mean, even last year, like there was still big name players available up until like a couple weeks before the season.
Pirates are going to sign
started.
Pete Alonso. Go ahead, Dill.
Checking shout out Spotrac, which is one of my favorite websites for contracts. 2023 they were 75 million. Last year they were literally at 84 million. This year so far they are at 66 million, almost 20 below what they spent last year.
Nice.
And we're a contending team.
Get to work, Ben.
Did you see that we won our our arbitration hearing against Oviedo today?
Yes.
We're paying him It's like 800,
$850.
$850, and he wanted 1.15.
Oh my god.
So do they go to court for that? Like what happens?
It's a judge.
Why? Like,
They have to. The player has to submit the. So, from my understanding of arbitration, the player has to submit the number that they think is fair value for what they're doing, and the team submits a fair value number, and you basically argue against each other on why your number is fairer than the others. We argued that he was hurt last year. That was the argument, and he argued that he was throwing pretty good before that. That was like it.
That's a fair argument.
Right. And the judge was like, "No, you were hurt, so $850."
Well, they go down like magistrate down in like.
No, I don't think Ed Gainey's like rolling over. Like,
They go to the Supreme Court.
yeah, like,
I think I saw that on Judge Judy, actually.
yeah, it's on night court.
Why is it? This is like only the Pirates, I swear to God. This has
No,
to
it's
be.
the whole league.
Like, really?
Yeah. I mean, arbitration hearings.
Well, yeah, I know.
Happen
Arbitration.
league-wide.
I know.
Travis Williams also apparently said that Nutting has no intention to sell the team. Surprise.
Travis Williams is one of the nicest dudes in the world. I went to school with his kid. His kid was in Ty's year. I saw him on Sunday when my dad and I were there. We stood and talked to him for about 10, 15 minutes. People were like, "Who the hell are these people?" Very, very nice guy. I have nothing but good things to say about Travis.
Did you ask him about the new exciting things for the ballpark for 2025?
No, I think he has enough on his plate.
Ben Charrington also said that the team will keep finding creative ways to extend players. Don't know what that means, but
Means that we're deferring money.
They're going to hypnotize him. And
And then the final thing that I had from Pirates Fest, I'm sure DuBois might have a couple other things I don't know, but Pittsburgh Sportsnet will be on Roku this year, which is kind of cool. I mean, if you don't have cable, at least you have a
Doesn't
way to
impact
watch
my
them
life.
now.
Was it not on Roku?
Is
prior?
Roku free?
no.
I don't know. I don't use Roku.
Well, if you don't have cable, you can buy the.
I know it's cheaper than cable.
You can buy the Pittsburgh Sports app, and there's like a monthly subscription. So were they saying that app was not available on Roku to download?
I don't know. I just saw that they said it will be on Roku this year.
What the hell was that noise that just came out of your mouth? Well, I don't know what just popped in your mouth, but
I was chewing gum in class.
hey, Mrs. Chang would have smacked you on the wrist for that.
Some Pirates Fest, just I guess topics that I had, some takeaways I guess we could call them.
Tamar.
Tamar is
Sick.
probably one of the nicest athletes I've ever met.
He's also yoked.
Yeah, dude's built
He's-
like a
dude,
cannon.
he was sitting
He's
at
a
the table.
brick house,
and
but he's
we
like
were
5'2".
we were getting close to the front. He's massive. Like, he's sitting on the table trying to build
Yeah, he was trying to build a fort with
with
pens.
Sharpies.
Nice.
Yes. I will say that, like, I'm not going to say names. There are certain athletes out there that are not nice.
Oh, I'll say it.
Don't. There are certain athletes out there that are just stand-up people. Like, you meet them, right? They're athletes. I'm Zach Denoy. I'm a nobody. Like, met Tamar Johnson, stood up, shook my hand. Like, to me, like, you know, I worked at a country club for many years, and I was always taught, like, when you shake somebody's hand, you make eye contact, and you shake their hand. If you're sitting, you stand, shake their hand. Like, to me, that was cool. But super nice dude.
He was really nice. He talked to us, too, for a long time.
He did, yes. Just about, like, the Steelers and...
I think he was, like, genuinely shocked that people knew who he was. Same with Bubba. I think Bubba was like...
Bubba's a big golf guy.
Yeah, Bubba.
Huge golf guy.
Big golf guy.
He
Big
had-
scratch
I
golfer.
I texted Dill. He had a waggle hat on, and I, like, walked up to him, like, hi. Yeah. I'm like, I'm Zach.
Who thought he had a Wiggle whiskey hat on?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
Somebody thought he had a Wiggle whiskey. Oh, my dad.
Ah.
My dad thought he had a Wiggle whiskey hat on. He's like, look at Bob out here getting his guys to sell his stupid fucking whiskey. And then I said, that does not say waggle.
So I walk up to him. I was like, hey, I love the hat. Like, sick. He's like, yeah. I was like, you golf a lot. He goes, yeah, I try to get out. He goes, I really hope it's trying not to affect, like, my baseball game. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can understand. I was like, what do you shoot? He's like, scratch. I said, not me. Not me. That whole session was super cool.
Yeah, who else was with him? It was him. Oh, Reynolds was the second one.
No, Reynolds was the session I was in. by myself that you stood with me. Because remember, Bubba was first.
So it was who?
Bubba.
Nick Gonzalez.
Yes, Nick Gonzalez was there.
He's sick.
He took a video for
My sister.
his sister that.
Literally took my dad's phone.
Johnny D was like, "Hey, can you take a video and send it? I'm gonna send it to my daughter." He probably thought his daughter was like, I don't know, 13.
Yeah, my dad came out. He's like, "I probably wasn't the best." I was
he's like, "Hey, Bree, Nikki G from the Pirates, sending love."
It was sick.
Yeah.
He talked to us about Fields. He was asking us about Fields and
he was like, "You guys got Fields or Russ next year?"
yeah, we all know who we have. So I said big Fields guy. John Candelario was in that one.
Yeah, dude's arms can reach the end of the table.
Yeah, he was super cool. He was passing out his cards like candy. He's like, "Yeah, just take one."
Steve Blass was nice.
Yeah.
Just in the topic of like of athletes, there when we were at Reynolds signing, he was the very first one at the table. This little girl. couple people in front of us had like a Reynolds t-shirt on, like, he signed like a ball or whatever for her. And she was like, "Thank you," and she like turns on to her dad, like starts jumping up and down, and like I look at Reynolds, she's just like smiling. Like, as if I was an athlete and like I see a kid like that excited to meet me, and like for her like life's made. Like, she probably loves Brian Reynolds, and just to see his reaction of like, that's cool. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
probably remembers you from Cleveland.
When I almost ran into his car.
Yeah, forgot about that. Who else? Horwitz was nice.
He's super. We were talking to him about Toronto, and we were like, I think we said like, "Oh, Toronto, real cold." He's like, "Yeah, real cold." He's like, "Real nice city, real cold." He was super nice.
The other one that I met was Triolo. He was cool.
Gold Glover.
Wait, we ran in, and by we ran into, my dad almost hit him on the curb.
I was going to say that too.
Joey Bart was coming out of Condado on the corner, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, "That's Joey Bart," and my dad's like, "I don't know." So I like put the window down. He's on child lock in the back, and I said, "Joey Bart," and he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Thanks for coming to PiratesFest." Here's my dad from the driver's seat. He's like, "Bob can't even pay for your food." And I'm like,
and then there's me in the back trying to put down my window, and then Johnny's hitting every single button on his armrest on the door, on the dashboard. I'm pretty sure it
starts moving.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure his check engine light came on. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I can't even open the door. Like, I was gonna open the door just to say hi to him. He finally gets it, and he finally figures out how to unlock the windows. And I said, "Johnny," he's already back inside.
He was already back to the Westin.
I'm like, I appreciate you trying, but like, why are your window locks on when you have 3 grown-up children?
I got a picture with him though from the passenger.
That's hilarious.
I'll have to send it to Dill. I'm literally in the passenger seat with a full selfie. I'm surprised you didn't try to get in the back of it.
Here's me go through the window. Boom!
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
He was nice. He is a MLB breakout candidate for catcher this year.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know. I think they could do a lot better with Pirates Fest.
There's nothing.
There's nothing to do. There's the signings.
And that's it.
There's the mystery balls, which I'm not going to talk about. For those who remember.
He got hosed.
I don't even want to talk
My
about
friend
it.
got a Paul Skeens autograph from that.
Yeah, you know who didn't get one? Him.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Who'd you get?
I don't want to talk about
Who'd you
it.
get?
I once again don't want to talk about it. I'll tell you when you're older.
He got Jack Brennington.
Brannigan, close.
Whatever.
Brennington.
I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
And Valdez, the dude we traded the Red Sox
Brannigan's
for.
like our
Probably like 13.
ranked prospect
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
He
like
goes,
that.
he goes, "Oh, who?" I go, "Oh, who'd you get?" And he opened the first one, and he's like, "I might as well just throw this in a river." And then he opened the second one. And he goes, "Actually, I'm gonna throw both of them in."
Dang it.
Hey, at least you didn't get like Kai Tom or something.
No,
they
they
were
were
all current.
they were current,
Oh,
Yeah.
so they
they were
changed
all
them this
wow,
year.
they made an improvement on that.
They were
Yeah.
all. They were all.
They're still
going
to be selling the other ones. In
I
the
got
shop.
I got Palacios and Sawinski.
Remember when I got the Colin Moran bat?
Yeah, I'm about
Um,
to give you my Osuna bat so you could fleece another kid.
What I think the Pirates could do better for Pirates Fest. Number 1, increase the amount of tickets you sell for the autograph session, because it is free to enter, and majority of the people there are there to meet the players and get autographs, right? Last year, they had 250 tickets for each session, which I thought was very minimal. This year, they had 150. It's like, now, granted, if you were lucky enough to get the skiing session, it was $30, and you get 4 players. You just got a Paul Skeens autograph of whatever you wanted for $30. The amount of people that I see on like Facebook, like there's the one group, and it's like Pittsburgh memorabilia that have like, I saw this one dude, he posted a picture. It was like on an 8-foot table like this, and he was like PiratesFest Hall. And when I tell you the whole entire table was covered with like the giveaway cards they sign and they give you, balls, bats, helmets, like Skeen's debut tickets, multiple of them. I'm like, you are the reason, whoever you are,
That dude's an asshole.
that there's kids. Now, granted, like the 5 of us, right? If we were lucky, if we were fortunate enough to get one of those, we're not selling it. We're not there. Like, we all are like collectors of some sort, whether it's baseball,
Yeah, but you don't sell that.
whether it's like cards, or as you guys know, anything.
Yeah.
You don't like for
Definitely.
us. We aren't in that to make a profit off of those kind
Right,
of things.
yeah.
The people that are there that have a 8-foot table covered of autographs, and they're like, "Oh, Paul Skeens autograph ball, $175." I'm like, dude, you literally just got that for $30, and you got 4 of them. I'm like, there's little kids out there, and I could give a shit less about me. There's little kids out there that like, wanted to meet Paul Skeens, and you got 4 tickets somehow because you're only allowed 2, and just got to sign everything. It's like, even
Just
like
there- just there
Bubba
to make a
Chandler, like
profit.
I saw people selling Bubba Chandler balls from PiratesFest for like $70. I'm like, granted, is that a good price? Probably, but in reality, everybody knows damn well that you got that at PiratesFest. So that I think there's no way that you can stop it. But like the people that go to PiratesFest to just make money and sell it on a secondary market, there's no way to stop it. But I don't know.
It's just an unfortunate scene.
It is.
The last thing I want to say about Pirate Fest is the employees had these sick quarter zips.
Oh, they were awesome.
They were all white quarter zips. They had the Pirates logo here, and it said like Pirate Fest on the arm, and then it said Remax on the other arm. I tried to buy one off the back.
Well, we asked him first. We said, "Where can we buy these?"
Yeah, he goes, oh, they made them only for us. And I said, oh. And then he couldn't scan Zach's phone. So I was like, oh, this is like probably his second day. I was like, how much if I just buy it off you? He goes, what? I said, what size are you? Like a large? He goes, yeah. I said, okay, so how much for me to just buy it right off you? He's like, well, I won't sell it today because I have to wear it tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll come find you tomorrow. So in the morning, we were in the autograph sessions, and he was the guy taking the tickets. I said, so what's the price to buy it off you today? He goes, oh, man. He's like, I don't know. I think I might get in trouble if I don't have it on the rest of the day. And I said, okay. I said, well, my sister works for the Pirates. I'll find you during the season, and I'm buying it off you. It's a slick quarters.
It was clean. But you wear it to a ball game and you get like 1 drop of cheese on there.
Toast.
So
All right.
Last thing I have Pirates Fest related is shout out to the girl who was her first day that didn't know anything. So I went with them, obviously not season ticket holder. Season ticket holders got in at 9. I'm sitting there. I'm sweating in line because I'm like, oh, they're scanning tickets. I'm like, my ticket says general admission. It's not going to scan. We're standing there in line, and he's like, just go ask that lady there, like, if it's okay. Like, I walk up. I was like, excuse me. I was like, I'm from out of town. I said, I'm with my cousin and my uncle. I said, they're season ticket holders. They have 2 tickets. I'm just with them from out of town. I said, is there any way that I would be able to go in with them? She's like, it's my first day, but like, I don't really see why that would be a problem. I'm like, okay, sweet. So we walk through the line, kind of like we were at the National. We get all the way down the end. We come back. I'm standing there. Johnny's like, I got 4 tickets. I'm like, you dirty rat. You literally
5 minutes ago.
standing next to us.
Oh my god.
And so that was to scan, right? And then you walk through the metal detectors, and then they scan your ticket again. And he scans 2 of them. He goes, yeah, he's with me. I said, yes, I am. I walked my jolly ass in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I almost got into the season ticket holder autograph session too. Speaking of that, very last thing, Isaiah kind of Falefa was a no-show.
He showed up to PNC Park.
He showed up at PNC Park instead of the convention center.
Oh my!
So
There's
everybody,
no
that
way.
had a autograph session for the season ticket holder,
him.
for the Kiner Falefa session,
They got the other
that session plus the other session for free
Okay.
because he no showed.
I was gonna say,
Man
at least they
showed
made
up
for
to
that, but
PNC
that's pretty-
Park.
that's
I'm
pretty
dead.
But yeah, that's it.
I mean, to be fair, he's never been to one. Probably didn't. How do you not know that it's at the convention center? That you have to have someone that tells you that it's there.
I mean, you didn't get like a PSA email to you,
I don't know.
You didn't get the teams in.
right?
Yeah.
All right,
I
let's
actually forgot to CC him. on
let's
the email.
wrap this up here.
All
Oh, I was
yeah,
gonna say
yeah,
one
yeah.
more thing actually.
No, you weren't.
No, I swear to God, I wasn't. I've been looking for it on my phone for the last hour and a half. I can't find it.
So did you find it?
No, I didn't. But I have a general idea. So we don't talk about the NBA, right?
Never.
At all.
We're not done with baseball. Why are we talking about the NBA now?
I thought we were done with baseball.
No, there's still other news to cover.
Okay, sure. Never mind. That's on me.
So I'm not even gonna bring this up because it's not real. But MLB Scoops reported that Hayes requested a trade. I don't believe anything MLB Scoops tweets.
Should probably just
so
block him.
We'll just move on from that. The Bucks sign number
Tweet.
number 23 international prospect, 16-year-old Johan De Los Santos for $2.25 million. He is actually the younger brother of Jordani. He looks pretty good, so I mean he's obviously 16 years old, so we'll think about him 5
Right,
years
you can
down
go
the
catch
road.
him. You can go catch another 16-year-old down the street at Baldwin.
Yeah.
So
And then they also signed Daryl Morrell. Don't know if he's related to Christopher at all, but they got him for $1.7 million. He was originally set to sign with the Dodgers, but changed his mind after the Dodgers pushed for Sasaki because didn't think they were going to have the money for it at that point.
At this point, who didn't get an offer from the Dodgers?
right,
What's cool about him is he's an infielder as well and has a similar frame to Cruz, so could be exciting for the future.
Infielder made outfielder is what you're saying.
He'll start out shortstop and they'll move him to center field.
Pretty much.
eventually.
Nice.
And then finally, we signed Tim Meza, Adam Frazier, and Caleb Ferguson to major league contracts. I know Sam was big on Meza. He actually had a career year. I think 2 years ago, wasn't as good last year, but 2 years ago he did have a sub-1 ERA, so that's pretty good. Maybe he could figure it out with our pitching staff. And then apparently we're also looking for additional outfield and bullpen help.
so the same that we were doing since September.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get there eventually. Maybe eventually we will sign a real MLB player.
Next,
And then the final thing I have is that Paul Skeens is the cover athlete for the show 2025, obviously with Ellie De La Cruz and Gunner, but still pretty cool.
I saw a tweet today that says that was nice. They put like two of the best. They put like the young talent. They're like they put Paul Skeens and Gunnar Henderson, and then they just threw in Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, that's cool. The last, I think it was that you or Tig or Dill said that last night. The last time the Pirates had a player on the cover MLB show was 2013 when Kutch was on it, and they won multiple playoff games.
It's prophecy, you know.
could be.
Conspiracy theory. On that note, we'll get into our hot takes here. I'll start off here. I say that Kenny Pickett will take a snap in the Super Bowl.
I was actually
It'll
thinking
be a
about
kneel
doing
down.
that. I saw your old one there before, and I was actually thinking
What
about
was your old
switching
one?
it to that, so we were on the
They
same
have
wavelength.
He
They
just
didn't
said
have one.
You're right, it was empty. But I was also thinking about doing that.
He's
He said
I saw your empty one, and I thought about Kenny Pickett.
I thought I can't win.
Dill?
The Pens will be in a wild card spot at the start of next podcast.
Yeah, you better
so
be praying to Mother Teresa
we're
for
getting
that.
real specific. Even if, so say they're in a wild card spot and they lose it, it does not count. At
Jesus,
the time,
we're... Sorry, go ahead.
At the time of the next podcast, they have to be in a playoff spot.
You know where we are right now?
Dead last.
We're
We're 8
5
points
points
out.
above Buffalo.
We're in the top 5 of the lottery.
We're actually getting ping pong balls drafted.
So 55 points gets you in the wild card spot right now, Dill. And we have 48.
Correct. We need 7 points in 2 weeks.
Columbus is
All
higher
right,
than
so
us.
they're not winning a game. Got
Columbus is playing really well though. They have the ghost of hockey future right now.
Why can't we be in the West?
Zach, what do you got? What's your hot take this week?
I said Saquon's gonna win Super Bowl MVP. I love Saquon. I like them. I hate Penn State, but I liked him when he was there. I think he's gonna. I'm praying to the same gods that you are, Dill, that he runs over that Chiefs defense.
I think his over/under for the Super Bowl is like 113.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
So he'll have 250 and 3 touchdowns.
I certainly hope so. But
All right, Core.
I actually saw the script, guys. So this is breaking news. It's not. This is obviously happening. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, and Kelsey is going to propose to T Swift.
I cannot wait till they win and just nothing happens.
I can't wait until they win and she proposes to him.
This will be the greatest hot take loss Corey has ever had.
The Chiefs win, and Kelsey's like already out of the
Or the
stadium.
Chiefs lose and Kelsey still proposes.
Or Kelsey in the game hurts his leg and can't get down on a knee to propose to T Swift, but he was actually going to do it, but he can't.
He just John Cena's it.
All right, Tiggs, wrap us up.
I'm going to say that Juju is going to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Go Juju.
Wonder what his odds are. Anytime touchdown.
Well,
You should take it to make a TikTok dance.
I did some research here.
Ooh.
In Juju's past 4 seasons, he has 5 touchdowns.
So what does that equate?
So
how
almost
does
one
that-
a year.
So I'm just saying, like,
I was gonna say what.
well, first off, I was doing it in case anybody was going to come after me and be like, oh, that's a Mickey Mouse take.
I don't think it is. He's like wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
I know, so that's why I did my research.
I mean,
and he scored
MVS scored last
5
year, right?
total touchdowns in the past 4 seasons.
Interesting.
It's more than Odell.
Funny anything?
But you had he has 5 touchdowns in 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he is honestly not takes him long. It's a hot take, but he's only plus 450 to score a touchdown.
Yeah, but I wonder what he is in comparison to the rest of the Chiefs.
Yeah, Kelsey's probably minus 250.
I'm sure
Kelsey's
obviously he's
probably
behind
plus 100.
Kelsey, Worthy,
Hopkins.
He's probably
Hunt.
behind Hollywood Brown.
Noah Gray's probably caught more touchdowns this year than Kelsey in
Yeah.
the end zone at least.
Or
Hold on, I'll tell
Watson.
you.
Watson.
Yeah, Watson. too.
Watson, South Fayette guy.
Yeah, he is.
Brad Price taught him.
Anytime touchdown scorer, he is. Oh dear Lord.
What's
1, 2,
Saquon?
3,
Saquon's
4.
minus what?
He's 12. Saquon's minus 210.
Juju's 12th.
Minus
12.
210.
Who's he behind?
Dude, that's
He's
crazy.
behind Mahomes.
Barkley, Hurts, Kelsey,
I don't like
Kareem
that,
Hunt,
though.
Xavier Worthy, AJ Brown,
I'm not
Devontae
putting
Smith,
money on
Hollywood, Pacheco, Dallas Goedert, Mahomes, and Juju.
Who's that underneath Noah Gray?
I like that.
Hopkins.
I gotta take him.
Wait, Hopkins is that low for anytime
Nice.
touchdown?
Hopkins plus 550.
Hopkins plus 550
He's
for
not
anytime
the end zone
touchdown?
guy.
I don't care.
Or what? No, yeah, no.
He's
he
not.
was.
Hey, Justin Watson,
remember.
plus 1200.
I honestly
Junior,
might
he
take
said?
him.
No,
He said that
Hopkins
Hopkins
is
is plus
plus
550
500.
for anytime touchdown.
I believe it.
That's what yeah. Okay. I didn't think I was crazy.
Go Juju.
He's not the end zone guy for
But he's
them.
behind Juju.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of hard to believe, but I mean, I feel like they would go to Hopkins before Juju.
Hopkins is the slot guy though.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Anyway,
we'll
they're gonna
see.
get shit on, so I don't care.
Yeah. Fly Eagles fly. Yeah, that wraps up episode 47. Episode 48. And then we're technically right now 3 away from 50.
We're gonna be back when football's over.
We will be. Yeah, the Pro Bowl's this weekend, and then obviously next weekend Super Bowl, and our next podcast will
A day or two after, whatever.
have
it
a
is.
lot to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Any other final remarks?
Who do you think's winning the Royal Rumble while we're here?
Ooh,
Oh my
Just wanted
god.
to
I had to
flashbang
touch it.
everybody real quick.
I had to touch it. All right, just leave it go. Leave it dead. Yeah, it's dead now.
anyway.
I think Punk wins the men's. I think Cargill wins the women's.
So she coming back. I got definitely not Cena for the Rumble. I think he'll win Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I do too.
And then who could?
Watch out for Obafemi. He's coming.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but he ain't gonna win.
Oh no.
I got Penta.
CM Punk. I think
he's
he's. I think
sick.
they're having him for the IC title right now.
Dude, this thing. Oh,
Mhm.
I really don't have a clue, but I'm gonna go with either like Kevin Owens or Drew McIntyre.
I think McIntyre.
Drew Mac's not a bad pick. CM Punk's also not a bad pick. Watch it be The Rock. Do you see The Rock being?
I'll never watch wrestling again.
I don't know, but women's. That's hard because Liv also just got out of being a champ, but yeah, I don't know. Women's is kind of in the air.
It's going to be Charlotte Flair.
Could be anybody.
Could
Charlotte.
be Charlotte Flair.
I feel like that's too like
Be
easy,
Nikki
though.
Bella.
Because
She's
they
coming
haven't
back.
done easy stuff like that before.
Well, with Vince, yeah, but Triple H has always been up in the air about stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
All right.
And on that note, Keans are good out, and we'll see you next time.
What a pro wants, what a pro needs.
I'm gonna fucking cut. Boom! I'll grab it. Hands.
Aaron Rodgers, we were just talking about football.
Hot start.
Yep. We can cut that out and restart.
Speaking of looking better than ever, that hat goes hard, Ticks. Kind of like it.
Tell you.
We're the ones. You're the twos.
Next.